And you are watching another Blewett Blitz film review. He has that ability to, trust me, he definitely does. Just his ability to catch balls outside of his frame, his leaping ability, his ability to hang in the air, his yak ability, it's all there. Lowers his helmet, low man wins, bang, rocks a guy.
Hall running free, Brees Hall inside the 10, he's gonna score!
The corners all do their job. You know, if you look at the picture right here, lock.
3rd and 1. Stevens always drilled. What a great defensive play.
I don't try to Monday morning quarterback any of the reviews I do, and I'll try to be honest with a lot of the things I put up. And you are listening to another edition of Blewett Blitz with a bunch of Joes. Joe Ferraro, just a Joe, waiting for Joe, wanting for another Joe to make a move. We got another Joe. I am to a Joe, waiting for Joe, replying to a Joe. Hello, Joes. Bunch of Joes over here. Appreciate you guys being in here. I know there's a lot of stuff going on in terms of other people having streams and stuff. Appreciate the people who are going to be here. Again, I don't really do this. I don't really promote it very well. But nonetheless, I will be here for a decent chunk of time. I think I might do the entire day too. We'll see exactly how the rest of the day goes. I was waiting for Robbie and Corbett to get off, so I did that. I was gonna come on at 7, but you know, they take priority, I guess. I don't know why. Not good. So waiting for the Jets to draft. Obviously, we have a bunch of receivers who we're waiting for right now. We had hold on. I just closed something out. I gotta put it back on my TV. Hold on. Son of a bitch. Okay, Office draft. Yes, why not back on the Office? I'm airplaying it. Make it easier. And now it's not. Hold on. Airplay, nope, not working. Cast. Awesome. This is just a fantastic way to start. Airplay. No, it's not letting me. Fuck. Okay, so I'm gonna try to figure this out while I talk too. I don't just have dead air. But yes, you had Coleman go. You had McConkey go. And now at this point, the Jets are waiting for like that next group of guys, right? You have what's his name? Polk, I believe, is the one receiver. You have Wilson's the other receiver. You have the other dude from Florida, which his name right now is escaping me. I'll remember in 2 seconds. But it's Franklin, Wilson, Polk, and Mitchell. I believe it's Adion Mitchell or Adion Mitchell, whatever his name is, from Texas, who might have gone in the first round. So there's kind of like a group of like 4 receivers that you would most likely trade up for or have to trade up for. I don't think they're going to be there at 72. So do the Jets do it? Do they get aggressive? Do they not get aggressive? You know, do they have a backup plan? Or is there a trade for a veteran receiver out there for the Jets that we don't see, even though I don't anticipate it happening because of the cap? You know, is it a situation where they have a Odell Beckham on speed dial or Tyler Boyd on speed dial? Again, I like the pick yesterday, especially considering the fact that, you know, Olu and Bowers were in the guys that I wanted the Jets to start to trade down for. So they traded down. It was only a pick, but it's still a solid B plus pick to me. You know, again, my ideal draft day scenario, which I'm not going to move off of, was trading up for a Neighbors or a Harrison or even an Odunze. It didn't happen. You know, it takes 2 to tango. Those teams might have not wanted to trade with the Jets. Obviously, we don't really know. And they stuck and picked their players, and the Jets got, you know, a damn good offensive tackle. You know, the best offensive tackle, the best defensive tackle in the draft in terms of pass protection. So I'm cool with it. Let me just I'm trying to figure out. I should have done all this stuff before I got on here. But my Bluetooth is connected to my AirPods now, and now I can't get this freaking thing to my TV. I'm trying to AirPlay to my TV. Just give me a second. I'm sorry for the sloppy start. We're also going to do, I think, so I told you guys before, and I said this last night. I had a few deep, so I didn't read the messages. Unfortunately for the stream, I am moving to my days my shift is moving to 4 to 12s, so I can't consistently do Fridays anymore. Unfortunately, in January. So it can't be a thing every Friday at 6. If you are a regular listener, you know, Bluett's to be there Friday at 6. I try to get a really steady stream of doing that. Again, unfortunately, my schedule is moving to 4 to 12. So I need to know from you guys, like personally, like the people who really listen, Would you rather have me rotate it where it's like some days it's Tuesdays, some days it's Wednesdays, some days it's Fridays. It depends on my work week. Or I do a thing where it's a consistent Thursday at 12, Friday at 12, Saturday at 12. Like, you guys tell me what you want, because it has to change. Again, unfortunately, with my job, I don't get to choose my schedule all the time. So yeah, this is still this is not working. It's driving me fucking crazy because it was just working 2 seconds ago. All right, let me try to audible here. Is there any apps? You guys know any apps that the draft is on right now? Like, is like Amazon, Fubu? They may have. Oh, there it is, Fubu for the win. Okay, hold on, Fubu for the win. Let's see if I can airplay it. I don't know why this TV is not working now. Airplay. Is it because my AirPod's in? Bro, this is so fucking annoying. I hate technology. I could barely work on a Google Doc. I could barely do Excel. I don't know if it's because my AirPod's in right now. It's not catching my TV in my AirPlay listings, but I was literally just on my TV, and now it's off the TV. So that is quite a pain in the ass right now. Yeah, it's not fucking there. I'm about to lose it. All right. Let me just figure this out. I'll go through the chat a little bit while I do this. Absolutely buck wild that I just always get destroyed by technology. Okay, I'm gonna try to change my setting. What's up, Kev? And of course, you're catching me when I'm absolutely struggling right now. I'm just on the struggle bus trying to get this to work right now. Turn my Bluetooth off and on. I don't know what's going on here. AirPlay. Nope, still not finding it. AirPlay and Bluetooth devices. Nope, still not finding it. Dope. All right, we're just gonna go to Fubu on here, I think. I might have to download Fubu on my TV real quick. I think I have it, actually. It really is a pain in the ass. Got to get YouTube TV Wave. All aboard the struggle bus. Yep. Sorry, guys. We'll talk. Like I said. Oh yeah. So I need to know that from you guys in terms of like, what do you want me to do going forward? And I also, like I said, we're gonna do a new 4-week rotation where it's gonna be Sabo on 1 week, Nani on 1 week. I'm gonna do call-ins 1 week, and I'm gonna do a solo show. I might add somebody to the rotation, so I'm gonna cancel out probably the solo show, but that's fine. But that is fine. Watch live. Okay, we're back. We are back. I hope. Now I can throw my AirPods in, do some call-ins. If you guys want to do some call-ins, I'll throw the link up in a little bit. If you guys want to call in, talk about the offseason, talk about the draft, talk about whatever you want. Tell me who you like in the 3rd round. Tell me who you like in the 4th round. I can't really contest you so much because I don't fucking know. I don't know who you guys actually like there. And now my TV, and now my thing is connecting to, oh my God. Okay, hold on. There we go. We're good. We are solid. Tom, one of my good buddies, throwing out some aggressive slurs to start off the stream. Not always ideal, Tom, but hey, here we are. You live and you learn, a little bit aggressive. Okay. I'm just a dog who's patiently waiting for the front door, waiting for Joey Breakdowns to come home. Yeah, man, I'm excited. I'm excited about today. I'm excited to see how they pivot because undoubtedly the offensive line got stronger. The defensive line is absolutely stacked. The defense is stacked. Yeah, we could use a backup safety right now. We could use an interior guard. We could use a running back too. All those things are solvable. $1 million here, $2 million there. We can get that done in free agency or even later on in the draft. But the Jets need a starting level receiver. And if not a legit number 3 starting level receiver, at least like 2 solid 4s, if you feel what I'm saying. Boyd would be ideal, but could it be like a DJ Chark and Roman Wilson, something like that? Yeah, I think that's a good enough group. I don't think it's going to be one of the best ones in the NFL, like we were talking about. Like it could have been if you got Marvin Harrison Jr. and Neighbors and Wilson, and Williams. So I don't think at that level, but I still think if you were to add, 2 receivers right now, you're still talking about when healthy, a upper tier receiver group, top 15, top 16 Titans pick. T'Vondre Sweat. Wow. I'm surprised he went so early considering the fact that he had all of his problems in the offseason. So here we are. Let's go over day 1 a little bit too. NFL. I'm not even sure what I did last night with you guys. Did we talk about day 1? I don't. It actually wasn't that bad. Draft tracker. It's underrated though as a new parent. used to decide like, hey, I'm gonna go out and get some drinks tonight, and like, oh, what do I have to do in the morning? A little hungover, I'll get up at 10, 11. Yeah, it's gonna suck. Having a baby when you're going to bed and you're feeling a little bit, that sucks, dude. Because then if you got to wake up like 4 hours later, and then another hour after that, and then another 2 hours after that, that sucks. That sucks. So let's go over day one really quickly. I'm just gonna run through the picks, and just give quick thoughts about each one. Some of them I'm not even gonna really give much thoughts on because I don't really know. Chalk, pick one, right? Bears, Caleb Williams. Really not much to talk about with that. Two, Jaden Daniels, Commanders. Again, not much to talk about. Pretty chalk. Me personally, in very shallow evaluations of these guys, I'd like to May more than Daniels. I think Daniels probably has the higher ceiling, I guess. But I didn't like his like play-to-play decision making, holding onto the ball, missing open guys. I wasn't terrified of him. I could say that if I wanted the Pats to get one of the two, I would rather them have Daniels than May. Could be 100% wrong. Again, very, very shallow evaluations, and honestly, not even an evaluation. I didn't evaluate them. I watched them in passing. That was it. If anything, I guess I evaluated Jaden Daniels more because I didn't watch any receivers from North Carolina. Marvin Harrison Jr. for chalk. Could the Jets have traded up? We don't know. Would they have even taken it? Don't know. 5 Chargers alt. I was hoping for the brand that J.C. Latham went to the Chargers, but Joe Alt, that's kind of chalky too with Harbaugh being there. He's a tough in the trenches guy. Again, chalk pick. Neighbors 6 chalk pick. Would they have traded with the Jets? We don't know. Again, hard to say. I think the first surprise for most of the draft was pick 7. J.C. Latham. Again, a guy I had at number 1. And I was teetering between him and Alt at 1. And then I firmly had him above Alt at 1. And then I was really teetering with him and Fashanu at 3, 2 and 3. So I think, to me, and again, people may think this is crazy, I think Alt is closer to Fashanu than Alt is to Latham in terms of the gap between the players. I like Latham a decent amount more. He went 2. So even if you disagree with me about him being number 1, at least people don't think I'm crazy for having him, 1 or 2. You could personally disagree. Okay, no, I have him, 2 to Alt's 1. Okay, that's fine. But there are people who are saying he's a second-round guy. He's their tackle 6. Bullshit. There's a bunch of bullshit. Rams pick. We're trying to simulcast it, have it on my screen too. It was is this Bruce? Isaiah Bruce, right? Rams traded up for who? What do they need? There's that one good tackle out there still, right? That kid on the screen, if you're watching NFL Network, he did not know that name, and he just tried to be excited, but he could not hide. He's like, I don't know. But yeah, Fisk, he's like a high motor guy. I think there's another guy, a lot of D tackles right now on the move. So looking at the trade value chart, I did a little bit last night. It seems like the Jets, if they package all of their 4th round picks, could get up to 50 or something like that, or maybe it was the 3 and 2 fourths or something like that. But at this point in the draft, we have 6 more picks left, 6 or 7 more picks left. Are 6 rookies going to make this roster? 6 guys in the 4th and 5th rounds? Where? Okay, yeah, somebody can maybe overtake Clemens or JBC at safety, or Xavier Newman, or who, I don't know, not even Xavier Newman on the inside. They don't really have a lot of spots. At this point, I'm more quality over quantity. I get wanting a bunch of shots in the dark for these players, but I'd rather trade up and get the guys who you think are more known things at this point. If you told me right now, hey, the Jets, and again, this is in a world where I have no idea the trade value chart, I'm not the best with that stuff, but hey, they traded all of their 4th round picks to get up to the pick, at 50. Okay, fine. Give me the top flight players. And if you see a receiver there who you think's a top flight player could really add to that group, whether it be a Polk or Wilson or whoever, I think Polk is the guy who's 6'1", 176. I don't love that play size in the NFL level today, but nonetheless, moved through the draft. Michael Penix Jr., 8, huge surprise, right? They just signed Kirk Cousins to a 4-year contract, and then they drafted Penix. So he's going to sit for at least 2 years. Your team is so good right now that you could just sit a quarterback for 2 years. You don't need anything else. Were they so confident they didn't need anything else? They don't need a number 2 receiver. Defense, wild. Bears 9, chalk, right? Rome Odunze, we kind of expected that. We hope they go defense, but I get them wanting to build around Caleb Williams and obviously Keenan Allen only has a year on his contract. Jets trade down, pick for a fourth and a fifth, sixth, and number 10, move back one spot. Obviously, Fashanu, I watched 2 games of his 2022 tape. I did a review of him, watched his 2023. I'm 2 games out of his 8 through 2022. Same stuff. I can read you the list of strengths and weaknesses later. I can even show you some plays maybe that I put up. Actually, let me just go through the strengths and weaknesses, right? Fuck it, why not? You typically get this if you're a subscriber, but we'll do it. He's our pick. In 2023, I watched Delaware, Illinois, Iowa, UMass, Ohio State, Maryland, Michigan, Rutgers, Michigan State. I have quite lengthy list of strengths and weaknesses, so bear with me. Or you know, I like to be extensive. Lateral mobility, yes. Redirective balance, short area explosion. Has a power step to his game, which is just an important footwork thing. Fake punches show up for sure. He works to refit his hands in pass pro. Doesn't overcommit to blocks on first level of run combos. Doesn't reach for contact in pass pro. Uses overlap technique well. Height at 6'6". Strength, overall movement skills, quick feet, flexibility, balance, good knee bend and base in pass pro. Can recover from less than ideal spots. Punch timing, core strength, patience. Quick to snap into anchor. Yeah, he's really, really quick to snap into his anchor. I don't think his anchor's the best yet. Like, I still do think that he's a great athlete. To me, he's still a little finesse. I still think he can get a little bit stronger, but still, he's still quick to snap into it. Snapping into it doesn't necessarily mean holding a guy up necessarily. Quick out of his stance, individual hand usage. He's sound on first level of combo blocks, which I kind of already said. Flashes of inside, outside, and double punches in pass pro. So a good variety of moves. I still think he relies too much on one specific set, but that'll change the NFL level. Plays tight to left guard when unoccupied, which is good just for gap discipline. He's quick to latch, doesn't chase on first level, attacks center of gravity to create movement on run blocks, and shoots hands with good balance and pass protection. So those are all the strengths, which is quite a long list. The weaknesses. He gets over skis on the second level. His hands shoot from low too often in the run game. Hands can land high in pass pro. He doesn't always roll his hips in the run game. Can struggle versus NFL power initially. His base narrows when he's driving, and that's when you see him go off balance and all that stuff because he just doesn't have a good base to kind of handle movement. Doesn't always finish blocks. He can get high in space. Lacks nasty, which is something I don't love about him, but he doesn't really have a lot of nasty to his game. Which led me to believe that Aaron Rodgers didn't really watch him very much, or he doesn't maybe know, but like he was watching, like, oh yeah, he's like a mauler. Not at all. He's not a mauler really at all. He splashed in the run game too often. Needs to bring his feet into run blocks. Doesn't always cover play side gap in run game. Can overset on play action. He's better on combo blocks than single blocks. And I said in parentheses, I'm worried about zone blocking, which is huge because the Jets are transitioning more so into a power counter gap type scheme. So that's actually beneficial for Shanu's game. He overuses one pass set. I said that. 3 more things. Has been stood up by linebackers on second level. Can get too flat on first level and wanted to see more dominant reps versus lesser competition. So that's the Jets pick. Past that, we have, the Vikings traded up for J.J. McCarthy. We're going to wait for the Eagles pick, and then we'll run through the last 2/3 of the draft. I'll hit the chat. We'll do call-ins. Continue to watch this draft unfold. Eagles pick is in. Let's go to the next one. Latsu, surprise. Or no, sorry. Bo Nix to the Broncos was a surprise, right? 6 quarterbacks in the first 12 picks was wild. The Broncos, dude, just like the shittiest room of quarterbacks in the NFL. Nonetheless, Brock Bowers, Raiders. My friend was not happy. He's a Raiders fan. He was over last night, not thrilled about it. But with that being said, they have Michael Mayer. But hey, if you're going to run a lot of 12 personnel and stuff, and again, Brock Bowers is an overall weapon. I get it. It's a fine pick for the Raiders. We got Fuaga to the Saints. Not surprising. They needed an offensive tackle, offensive lineman in general. They picked Fuaga. Again, pretty chalk. Latu. There was a lot of talk that guys like Dallas Turner were going to go over him in this draft. So I guess not super surprising, but a little bit surprising. Byron Murphy, D tackle, Texan or Seahawks, good pick. Dallas Turner, Vikings, fine pick again. Armarius Mims, Bengals, good pick. We like that. Armarius Mims has a really high upside. Cooper DeJean, corner, safety hybrid to the Eagles. I'm really curious to see if they play him at corner because I'm going to be straight up here. There's not good white corners in the NFL, and I would love to see one because they're a diamond. You just don't see it. It just does not happen. So you want him to be a corner and fucking not dominate somewhat, right? Not when he's playing the Jets or anything like that. But I would love to see him be good. Jared Verse, Troy Fatano, Steelers, pretty chalk there, right? They didn't need offensive line help. The Dolphins got Chop Robinson, the edge rusher, which okay, fine. I don't know enough about him to be like say whether or not I'm concerned, but you have quite a group of edge rushers up there now. Bradley Chubb and Jalen Phillips and Chop Robinson, like they have a deep group of edge rushers. The whole defensive line category in the AFC East is deep. The teams in the AFC East really, really value the defensive line. So more towards their defensive line, Brian Thomas, Jaguars. I don't know, man. I guess he could be good. I do see some bust potential with that guy. And now, you add him to what? Christian Kirk, Gabe Davis. All right. Terrion Arnold, Lions, corner, chalky. Jordan Morgan, Packers, chalky. Graham Barton, first interior offensive lineman, somewhat chalky, but I guess people did think Jackson Powers Johnson would go first. At least a couple of months ago, he seems to have cooled off. Darius Robinson, no idea. Xavier Worthy, Chiefs. Talking about a 4-2-1 to the Chiefs is not fucking fair. Like, why did the NFL let that happen? I wish it didn't, but, there's obviously a lot more to speed. But with 4-2-1 speed, you do have to game plan for that somewhat. Like, you can't just ignore that in game plans. Tyler Guyton, Cowboys, chalky. Nate Wiggins, I don't know if I heard him a lot in the first round. I don't know how much I was really looking towards the end of the first round, admittedly. Ricky Pearsall was a guy that I know some people, even on this stream, were talking about, like maybe in the third round for the Jets. He went 31, which is pretty high. And then you had Xavier Leggett, the receiver from South Carolina, go at 32. And then past that, we just had a couple picks come in where you had Coleman go to the Bills, which, okay. I think like 30% of his catches were contested, which is not a good indicator at the next level of you creating any type of separation or any real type of separation. But I'll get the Saints pick. So we had Keon Coleman go, Ladd McConkey, D tackle. Oh, Jalen Polk went too? Shit, man. Saints. Oh, DB. Okay. Saints doesn't really affect the Jets. As long as it's not a running back. Like, what we're rooting for right now is no receivers, no running backs, no safeties, right? That's what I'm rooting for. Next couple picks. Receiver, running back, safety. Receiver first, safety, running back in no specific order. So Jalen Polk went. Damn, man. So we have we got what? We got Roman Wilson. We got Mitchell, right? Is his name Mitchell from is it Texas? Right? Is it Texas? Let's see. So the receivers, like I looked them up before, and I was like, I wrote a little list of the guys who I still want. At least, and this is based on absolutely no research, transparently. But McConkey went, Coleman went, Franklin went, or no, Polk went. Right? Hold on. Yeah, Polk went. So we're still So we still have Wilson, Franklin, and Mitchell. Right? Yeah. Okay. So pick is in for the Texans. Jets are up in 30 picks. Okay, let's say hello to the chat real quick. I'll bring some people on if you guys want to come on. What's up, Joe? Love the show. Appreciate you, MB. I'm warming up to the Olu pick. Been asking for a high round offensive tackle pick for a while. Just wish it was Latham. Yeah, I wish it was Latham too, but Latham didn't fall. I didn't. In my mind, I really thought he was gonna be there at 10 because of how many people were cool on him. But based on what I thought of the player, and I've been saying it for fucking months, he should not be there at 10, and he was not. So, ESPN app. Let's see, got to get YouTube. Yeah, struggle bus. Everyone need to trade up and get a receiver. Thoughts? Yes. Trade up and get a receiver. Did I tell you Fubu TV fucked me? This could be a good thing or a bad thing, Kev. Lost 900 hours of DVR. Yes, you did. Dan says, Sub Joe finally caught you live again. Been a second. Yeah, it has been, Dan. But I've seen you on like other stuff, like talking me up a little bit. I don't know if it's in comments or like when I've been on stuff, but I appreciate you, Dan. I appreciate everybody in here. Honestly, like jumping from like Jake's show to Cool Your Jets to Connor show to whatever show, like a lot of you guys in the comments were like, hey, like we really enjoy the show. We enjoy the chemistry. We enjoy the takes. So the more you guys do that, the more I get invited to do other things and the better it is for my brand. So I appreciate you guys. I really do. Another D-back, dude. Okay. We've run 3 corners. So keep them going. Keep drafting corners. If AD Mitchell that's from the Texans, right? There were some concerns about like him in the locker room, in terms of like his, I guess like his attitude. I guess some of it comes from like him being a diabetic and him like when his sugars aren't right and shit, he's an asshole. I don't know if that's true, but a lot of the talented wide receivers with decent ceiling will be gone by 52. Trade up then. Let's fucking do it. Trade up. I'm cool with it. Give them all the fourths for a good receiver. Like I don't need much. I don't need too much. Okay. Every reach right now is a tiny win. Yeah, Joe, for sure. Every pick that's not a receiver, a safety, or running back is a huge win right now. Dan kept trying to that sucks. Yeah, Fubu got a lot of kinks to work out for the high price they charge. And I'm legitimately the only reason I have Fubu is because of the Devils. I can't watch Devils games on MSG Plus or anything like that, so I gotta get Fubu. And then my grandpa's a big Devils fan too, and we split it. But it's like $70 a month for fucking Fubu, so I watch Devils games. Now the Devils aren't even on, but here we are, relying on Fubu again. So Sling TV, yeah, black jersey, yeah, black jersey is nice. The green one's nicer. Now everybody has their preferences, but mine in order is it's probably white. White is just so hard to wear out. I don't wear it as tailgates and shit because I'm not getting wings on or mustard or whatever. Yeah, the green one's fucking nice. It is really nice. Yo, Joe, you the man. You called Latham OT. Well, I said he's my OT1. But yes, in terms of the hype I gave him and the general hype around the NFL, I was definitely higher on him than the draft community. Nobody had him going to. Nobody. Or had him up there. I know Dom C had him as his tackle 2. I had him as tackle 1. I don't know anybody else who had him as tackle 1 or 2. Most people had him 5, 6, 7. I've heard stuff of people saying he's a second-round pick. I've been tagged in other stuff from other Jets reporters. Oh, a certain guy likes him as tackle 6. How do you have him as a tackle 2? What is he seeing that you're not? It's like, oh well, what am I seeing that he's not? Or what did I watch that he did not watch? It's probably a combination of all of them. But yeah, Latham got overrated because of one fucking play. And that should show you exactly how much you should trust in pre-draft evaluations and pre-draft rankings. They don't mean shit. They don't mean shit. Fatanu was the guy. Fatanu, Fuaga for the Jets. Nobody's talking about Latham. It's Latham. And he was overrated because of one play. Legitimately one play. That's it. And by Jets fans in general, you had the one play, and then you had, oh, he's big, Becton bad, Latham bad. Stupid. Really stupid, right? Like we realize that now, right? If we keep the picks, and then maybe they should take 2 wide receivers. I can see that too. Hey, draft the guy in the third and the fourth round. I don't care. I could say that I don't necessarily want to rely on receivers in the third and fourth round to be a legitimate starter for the Jets. Like at that point, I'd rather just draft a guy at 72 and bring in Boyd. But we'll see how they adjust. We'll see. Amon-Ra St. Brown was a 4th round pick, maybe only one trade down. Yeah, no, you can get good receivers, obviously, Kev, right? But like the higher you get up, the better your chances are. Quincy Nunwa was a 6th round pick. I'll take Quincy Nunwa right now. But the higher you get up, the better players you're getting, or at least the better prospect, the better play, the better evaluation they had on these players. Wide receivers flying off the board early. What's the list of wide receivers? Yeah, that's I just said it. It's 3. It's Wilson, Mitchell, and is it Polk? I think it's Polk, right? Or did he go? I'm tripping up with him and the other guy. Alex Hunt, what's up? Anyone else loving Dan Orlovsky getting destroyed today for defending Penix pick? Dude, Dan Orlovsky, and like this is another thing. It's like, hey, because he played in the NFL does not mean they're smart. Dan Orlovsky is a fucking idiot sometimes, dude. Maybe like with film and stuff, he's okay. I haven't really watched his stuff, but his football takes are fucking brutal. Like, thank God he's not in a front office somewhere because woof. Dan, Chris Jenkins in the 3rd, Jalen McMillan or Luke McCaffrey in the 4th is what I want. Well, McMillan's not a receiver, right? And McCaffrey's a running back. So you want D tackle running back, Dan? So what are you doing at receiver with this? Is it like a thing where you're like, hey, Boyd or OBJ, we're good? Because we don't want Lazard as your 3, right? And I get that Rodgers raises Lazard, but can we just with that all being said, can we just admit that Lazard is a receiver 4, 5 at best? Like, he's a scrub. So yeah, he could elevate scrubs. Let's not make him throw to scrubs. Let's put him behind a good offensive line with good receivers. Let's not depend on him having to elevate guys. It's bullshit. Like, yeah, sure, he can elevate them, but why? Why make him do that? Why not let the receiver, again, if you can take a receiver who's bad and make him average, take a good receiver and make him great. Like, I think that's such a silly way of thinking. Oh, well, we don't need a receiver because he'll elevate Lazard. Fuck that. I'm trying to win a Super Bowl. I don't want Lazard catching passes in the Super Bowl. He should be inactive again. Cardinals pick is in, 43. I don't know if you guys want me to like turn it up so you can hear it. I don't know if you guys were behind me or not. But like right now, I'll try to tell you exactly where I'm at. So you can, maybe you can like pause your stream or try to catch up to me. I'll tell you when he speaks his first word. Now, just said his first words. He just said event. You're still trying to pause to get up with me.
Where's all my Cardinals fans at?
Cardinals fans, you're looking for him for a while.
With the 43rd pick in the 2024
Cardinals.
Arizona Cardinals select Max Melvin.
Corner. He's a corner, right? Yeah, corner from that blonde chick though. Hey, not bad. For all you single guys out there. Football fan? My wife looks football. Her dad was a state champion coach. So I got the blonde football girl. So people looking. You never know. There you go. He's a freak, right? Max Melton tested pretty wildly in the combine, I think. Sean Payton insinuated the Jets wanted a third from Denver to go 12-10. Yeah, okay. I don't trust anything that motherfucker says, though, right? I would have rather taken the third, or even just like they got a 4th and a 5th for a 6th, so. Yeah, damn, the Eagles got the John. Yeah, speed isn't everything. Remember Hardman and Cribs? No, Alex, of course. I'm not just saying that. Like, remember, there's been plenty of receivers. Kevin White was like a big height, weight, speed guy. Hayward Bay was a height, weight, speed guy. John Ross was a speed guy. Like, speed doesn't mean anything. But starting from equal, I don't want the Chiefs with one of the better armed quarterbacks, or if not the best armed quarterback in the NFL, having a guy who runs a 4.21. I'd rather not. Raiders pick, all right. Corky is still there too. I don't think so, Murdog. I think he went at the end of the first yesterday, or beginning second. I don't think he's there still, Murdog. Check that again. Wow, that's a good pick for the Raiders. I know my friend's happy with that one. Just because like he's a name, and I'm sure he's my friend not doing the most research. I'm sure he's heard of Jackson Powers Johnson. So, okay, where are we at? Should we consider MVS could use speed at now? Sure, if he's your receiver 4 or 5, like okay, but I'd rather not. I'd rather have the I'd rather have a Boyd and a receiver in the 3rd or 4th round. You're telling me right now, gun to your head, maybe it's in 72, but receiver in the 4th round or MVS, I'd rather take a shot on receiver in the 4th round. I really do. Like MVS is nothing to write home about. I watched him with the Packers with Rodgers plenty. I live in Austin. Obviously, watch a lot of UT football. Mitchell is legit. The thing is, though, like, what about? Are you concerned about the character issues, John? Like, I don't know him well enough. I don't really know the intricacies of what's going on. But Joe, would you root against the Caps with me? Like for the Rangers? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I'm rooting for the Knicks over the Sixers because I hate the Sixers more than the Knicks. I'm not rooting for the Rangers. I can't. I'm sorry. Sorry, Rangers fans. They're gonna win the series anyway, right? Like they're a better team than the Caps. Corley. Oh, you say Corley. Yeah, I think Corley's gone. Murdog. Check it. Jets can take a nap for an hour. What's up, Joe? When do you guess the Jets trade up, if at all? I think I'm going to go like 53. 50, 52. David Hitman Harris. We trade up to pick 52 with whoever that's going to be. We're going to trade up. We're going to trade up a few picks. Look at the trade value chart. Looked like all our fourths good at the mid 50s. Maybe Dallas would trade with us. Yeah, mid 50s. You could take that third and 2/4. Well, listen, at the end of the day, if you take your third and 2/4 and you have a high, a high first round pick, a relatively high second round pick, a fourth, a fifth, a sixth, like you should be able to get some players with that. Green Bay Packers. I think the picks are fucking flying right now. Who is that? That's the guard, right? What's his name? John? Is it John? Beluga? Brian Beluga? Is that him? Brian Beluga? Linebacker. Sweet. Okay, take it. Dallas not in a rebuild. I doubt they do. Yeah. Luke McCaffrey's a receiver, I think. Is he? I thought he was a running back. You could be right, Verge. Again, I don't know. Do not know. Rob says, what do we have? 7, 8 picks left? I think it's 6 or 7. I don't think it's definitely not 8. It's 6 or 7. No way we have that many roster spots left. We are for sure trading up at some point, probably only make 5 picks. I agree with you, Rob. Like at this point, get quality. Like we need quality. There's not a lot of rosterable spots left right now. Like I could see in terms of like 4th or 5th round guys who can make the roster. Let's just say like 5th round pick, like guys who can actually make the roster. Safety 4, you can make the roster. Running back, you can make the roster. Guard, you could probably make the roster. And then like 2 receivers, so like 5, 6 spots, maybe 7 a quarterback. Like there's not. I guess technically, like okay, quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 receivers. Like you could really fill up 6 or 7 spots. But again, it's about quality. It's about quality too. Second round gone. No, it looks like you still have like Wilson and Mitchell, right? I would say those are the top 2 guys right now. Sean Payton's a bum. Joe D won't force a pick for need at wide receiver. If we don't get the guy we want, they will draft other positions and we'll make a trade or sign a receiver. They are aware they need. But like yes, I want to have confidence in them that they understand that. But then they also did the season last year with Dwayne Brown. And I'm not trying to be negative here, but like, are we so confident in them? Because last year they had a receiver 3 need, and we didn't do jack shit. We had a worse receiver group than we have right now last year, and we still didn't do shit. So, are we sure they want another receiver? I don't know. Surprised JPJ lasted this long. Yeah, gut is that they draft Roman Wilson or Torrey Franklin. Okay, so it's Franklin, Wilson, and Mitchell, not Polk. Polk already went, right? Panthers up 55. We're trading up now. You watching NFL? I'm watching NFL Network. I hate ESPN, Kev. I do for a lot of reasons. I don't like ESPN at all. NFL Network for the win. Happy tanking. What did I miss? 3 receivers went. Corley went. I think Polk went. Somebody else went. Definitely quality over quantity draft for us, yeah, for sure. Alex says we should draft another tight end later on. Yeboah isn't. I'm cool with that too, Alex. I'm completely okay with a depth tight end. Either one to usurp, Ruckert, give him a run for his money at tight end 2 or tight end 3. I'm not comfortable with Yeboah as tight end 3. Really, it's not that big of a deal, but I prefer to not have him there. Yeboah as tight end 3. See the Panthers yet. It is so wild. Like it's such a wild idea that like so many people go to these drafts and like you have to know that like 90% of the people in the crowd have no idea what the names is that they're calling most likely, and then you just celebrate. Like it's a funny thing to me. Just like watching people in the crowd who they're showing who like the name comes up, they're kind of just like, woo! It's like I don't get why people go. It's not a me thing. The draft, like going unless you really really know everybody. I get it, but I am like a old man, get off my lawn type of deal with the draft. Like you'll catch me here on my couch, nowhere else really. Now football games different. The draft though, I don't know, man. Like I'd rather see it on TV than have like standing in the crowd and just see a guy walk up to the stage. I can do that here. John says at this point is the Jets' biggest risk to success Nathaniel Hackett. I don't think it's Nathaniel Hackett because, like somebody said in the chat later, a couple of those chats after this, John, it's Rodgers is the OC, and that's legit too. That's not me like reaching there. He is the OC, and Nathaniel Hackett is basically an offensive consultant. That's what it is. So no, I'm gonna knock on wood before I say this. Even though I don't think that's the right way to use knock on wood. I think you actually knock on wood after you say something positive. So saying like, hey, Garrett Wilson's had a 1,500 yards this year, knock on wood. If you say this guy's going to get injured, knock on wood, it doesn't work. It only works with positives, apparently. But with that little lesson, Hackett's he's a consultant. He's not the OC. The biggest risk is injuries. That's the risk. Tyron Smith, Mike Williams, Aaron Rodgers, AVT, Morgan Moses. I want to start to say this, but we've been very, very healthy on defense the last couple of years. If you had to lose a starter on defense, who may that be? I don't know. John Rodgers is the OC. Yeah. Thanks, bro. I just woke up. Just woke up. A nap. Do you live somewhere else? Happy thinking? I forget. Kev says JD should have had the foresight and AR trade to include an injury clause to turn second round pick into third round pick. Going to the draft is like going to Times Square on New Year's Eve, no bathroom break. Dude, Kev, and this happened to me. So it was the D. Milner, Sheldon Richardson draft, which was 2013, right? 2013. So you have to go. So let's say the draft is I don't know, whatever. The day before the draft, you have to go in, at least at Radio City Music Hall, you have to go and wait in like a 6 or 7 hour line just to get tickets for the next day. And then the next day, you have to get your ticket and then go and wait in line because I don't think they guaranteed every spot. It was like, hey, we'll give you tickets and first come, first serve. So you're waiting in line for 6 hours before the draft. I didn't know that. And that was in my SoCo drinking days. And I went to 7-Eleven. I think we took a ferry and then a taxi to Times Square. And we had big gulps with half SoCo, half Dr. Pepper, or whatever the hell we did. I drank the whole thing and then got into a 6 hour line. Oh my God, dude. Just safe to say, I did not hold my bladder. I had a grouping of Jets fans who were very nice who decided to make a pee wall around me, and I peed on a building in New York. Actually, fun fact, I peed on Radio City Music Hall. So here we are, Yeah, it's rough, man. I'm not going to the draft guy. Because like me, especially with these guys now, like I'm going to do research and start watching film like 2 nights on these guys. Whoever's drafted at 72 or they trade up, I'm going to be starting watching like now. Maybe even on stream, I might start watching them. Actually, what I'm going to do too is, again, I haven't really done this a lot. I'll do some call-ins or whatever. I'll keep people on for like a minute or so, or not a minute or two, for however long, and I'll drop people. I don't want to go on for too long. But if you do want to call in, feel free. I've never really done it. It's something we're going to try out. Again, on that month rotation, I think I'm going to do 1 week a month of call-in shows. So we'll see how it goes if anybody calls in. If not, I really don't. Doesn't really matter so much. But I haven't done call-ins in forever. I don't think I ever really consistently did call-ins since I was on like Jet Nation. And I get it's like a little bit more intimidating over video and stuff. So if you want to come on and you don't want to have your face shown or anything like that, or you're on a cell phone, whatever, you're driving, whatever, throw it on speakers. No. Okay. Let's see. Adonai Mitchell is available at 47. There's people who drop every year, MB. That obviously happens, and especially into the guy with some potential character concerns. I could see it. Now, what's the risk? Should the Jets trade up for him? Possibly. Trading up seems expensive. Yeah, right now, Tony, it's like based on the trade value chart, all of the Jets' 4th round picks, it would cost them all of their 4th round picks to get to 55, about that range. So are you willing to trade 3/4 to get Adonai Mitchell right now, to get Troy Franklin right now? To me, if those guys are legit, then I'm willing to do it. I am. I think you can get a legitimate receiver 3 right now, and in the midpoint of the 2nd round. You start getting to the 3rd and 4th round, you're kind of hoping they could be a receiver 3 in year 1. Not really banking on it. Giants. ESPN current list of best available: Mitchell, McClellan, Franklin, McMillan, Rice, Wilson, Baker. Oh, Corley. Corley? Am I thinking the wrong? I might be thinking the wrong guy, Murdoch.
With the 47th pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, the New York Football Giants select Tyler Newman, safety, Minnesota.
Not going to lose it about a safety. Not going to lose it, but we don't want safeties to go. It's a need for the Jets. I know that people like Ashton Davis and all that. But with that being said, I think he's a good special teamer and a good depth guy, but I don't trust him as safety 3. Again, if there were to be an injury, he hasn't proven enough to me to say that okay, he's the guy who can step in. Okay, let's see. Alex says, worst case scenario, do you think we could survive losing Q or Sauce for the year? I knocked on wood. Again, I think knocking on wood, because I remember talking about it because we've been looking up you're here for flying off the handle or whatever phrases people use. I've been Googling them to see the origin stories of them just because I'm curious, and I looked up the knock on wood thing, and apparently it's after you say something good. So if you're saying something bad, you do not have to knock on wood. I don't know if it's true or not, but you do you. You do what's been working for you. Do you think we could survive losing Q or Sauce for the year? You're talking about the number 2 or 3 defensive tackle in the league right now, if not even number 1 in some games, and the best corner, the second best corner in the NFL. Realistically, what does survive mean? Could you get to the playoffs? Could you get deep in the playoffs without one of those guys still? Yeah, probably. Are you winning the Super Bowl without one of those guys? Probably not. Probably not. Obviously, you need every single piece possible to win the Super Bowl, and anything can happen, but losing 2 of the probably top, they're both top 3 at their positions in the NFL, so I'm going to say no. Realistically, no. But it depends on your definition of survive. Jags up 48. There's an injury clause in the AR deal that made it a first to a second. Yeah. So Kev, I don't know if I even recap that before, but yeah, first to a second. Now, realistically, on Jags pick real quick. D tackle, fine. Bunch of D tackles going right now. Realistically, and I'm not trying to get into a negative spin here, but did the Jets give up too much for Aaron Rodgers last year? 1,000% they did. They had the Packers backed up against the wall. The Packers couldn't trade him anywhere. They had to get rid of the cap just to be able to sign free agents in their draft class or whatever the exact situation was. So the Jets had them in a corner, and they let the Packers get away with a good price. I think the Jets could have given them a second that could have turned into a third round pick and a 4th round pick for Rodgers. I don't think you had to give up a first last year for Rodgers. Obviously, it turned into a second. You probably could have got away with a second that turned into a third or something like that. I do think they gave up too much. They were backed up against the wall. They had to get rid of him, and the Jets were the only suitors. So what? Why overpay? It was not a great move by Douglas in terms of the overpay there. Was it Woody Johnson? Did he force his hand? What exactly happened? I don't know. But I don't think there's a way to argue that they overpaid or that that the price was fair. No, I guess you can argue the price was fair. I guess you can't argue the fact that the Jets could have gotten away with giving away less, in my opinion. So, Joe, you still got the best Jets here. I appreciate that. I've been hopping on some good ones recently, for sure. I've been I went on to Tyson's. I went on to which was Let's Talk Jets. I went to Jake Assman. I was supposed to go on tonight, but he wanted me at 8, and obviously I'm doing this one, so I'll go on tomorrow. We did Connor's stream, NY Jets Fight Talk, or NY. I think it's NY Jets Fight Talk, right? We did a couple of them this last couple of weeks, so a lot of great Jets content out there. I know a lot of people are streaming right now. I know Jake is. I know Let's Talk Jets probably is. I know Jets Talk 24/7 is. So the people who are here, I appreciate you. Let's see. Bengals selection, pick 49. Eric says, I love staying put if we can land Rice. Then with our 4th, get Jenkins, Travis, or Gore with our 4ths. My question with you, Eric, is legitimately is Rice do you like him because of the name, because of who his dad is, or do you like the player? Because watching his Senior Bowl reps, I was not very impressed. So is it because his dad's Jerry Rice, Gore Jr., Jenkins? It seems like you kind of have a little bit of a theme here. Rice, Jenkins, and Gore. I think you like the dads more than the actual players themselves. Realistically, maybe you just individually like them, but Bengals pick us up. Oh, well, there's Chris Jenkins. There's Chris Jenkins for you, Eric. So no more Chris Jenkins. Kev says excellent point about the second to third round pick. No one else mentions this. You're talking about like the draft picks for the Rodgers trade. Yeah, did they give up too much? They literally had one suitor. Like I don't know. Like they needed water. We had the water, and they had to buy it from us, and we gave them a discount. It's like, no, you're going to die. Like you need water, and we got it. I could charge you $10 for this water. Yeah, fuck it. Let's give you $5. It's like, what are we doing here? Like, I don't know why they gave in on that. I really don't. I think there's probably pressure to get it done before the draft, but realistically, they give up too much. There's no arguing that. I don't think anybody could say that they did not give up too much. Now, I get people like, oh, well, they got Aaron Rodgers for only a second round pick, completely worth. Yes, worth it. Worth it. That's not the argument. The argument is they could have given up less. It's not about worth it. It's about they could have given up less. Right? I 100% agree with you that we overpaid for Aaron Rodgers. The Brett Favre trade was a perfect example and the only relevant or close example. They had to get rid of him to move on with their offseason. They literally couldn't sign their draft class and free agents if they didn't do it. They need to give him away to the Jets, and we gave in. Dad sperm for the win. Yeah, okay, exactly, Eric. So it is. You like the dads. You want Frank Gore Jr. to be Gore. You want Chris Jenkins to be his dad. It doesn't work like that. Damn, are these picks rolling, or is it just me? I don't know. Maybe it's because of you guys. Dad, appreciate you happy thinking. Mike Sanderstill. I saw him one time in a mock draft, and I picked him on PFN. Now I love him. That's what it is. This draft stuff. I love evaluating guys after. But realistically, what's going to happen is Jets are going to trade up, or they're going to pick somebody. I'm going to go watch YouTube highlights like everybody else, get myself excited, and then we'll see where the film falls tomorrow. I'll be doing a lot of work the next couple of days, obviously, with all these picks. And selfishly, they have 6, 7 picks right now. The more they pick, the more work for me. I love watching players, but at a certain point, I think with the Olu second review, I'm at 31 reviews right now that I've done or I'm doing, only to add another 5, 6 guys. So I would appreciate them trading up all of their picks for better players, so I can take a little bit of a breather. In an ideal redraft, would you pick Neighbors or pick against Garrett? Pick again, Garrett Wilson. I don't know exactly what you're asking there, Kev. I'm just fucking with you, Kev. I like you. Are you asking as prospects? As prospects, I think Neighbors was the better prospect over Garrett Wilson. If you're telling me, would you rather have Neighbors right now or Garrett Wilson? You're taking Garrett Wilson 1,000 times out of 1,000 because he's proven that he's a top 10, 15 receiver in the NFL, and Neighbors hasn't proven shit. So you're always going to take Garrett Wilson. If you're talking about individual prospects, again, don't try to erase what Garrett Wilson has done. Neighbors was a higher rated prospect than Garrett Wilson for me. But Garrett Wilson's a stud, dude. I'm not giving away Garrett Wilson for many people at NFL level. There's not a lot of guys I would trade Garrett Wilson for right now. Even Marvin Harrison Jr. right now. Would you trade Garrett Wilson for Marvin Harrison Jr.? I'm not. That sounds crazy. Or does it sound crazy? I don't know. If I can guarantee you a top 15, 10, I think Garrett Wilson's a top 10 receiver probably when Aaron Rodgers is healthy. Can it guarantee me that Harrison Jr. is a top 10 guy? Now, this is just talking about the individual player. I'm not talking about contracts and all that stuff because I get MHJ has 5 years of control or 5 more years of control. Garrett Wilson only has 3 more years of control. We get into the contract shit. I'm just talking about the individual player stuff. We will be on the clock in 10 picks or so. That's us packaging our third and fourth to move up. Get ready. I hope so, man. I really do. What position do you want? Oh, dude, Christian, what the fuck? You've been here. We've been here. Receiver. We all want receiver. Come on. Get us the receiver. Get us receiver 3. Get me that freaking get me Roman Wilson. Get me this. I think the Yak guy went. Whoever that Yak guy was. But get me Wilson or get me Mitchell. That's what I want right now. Pressure from Woody was probably the reason for the call snare. I agree with you, Javon. I do. Jovan. Sorry, not Javon. I read it as Javon. It's Jovan. John says, have you ever thought about a post-draft doing a dynasty fantasy football rookie draft, big board factoring situation, coaching, etc.? No. Oh, I have so much on my plate, John. There's absolutely no way. Like, no way I could do that. Like I said, and I think I talked about this on Tyson's stream, or maybe other streams too, but I have 31 reviews done right now. I think each review from the time sitting down, watching it, clipping it, putting up a review, like an actual recording the review, each review is probably 15 to anywhere from 15 to 30 hours to do a review of a guy. I don't have time. To do a fantasy football dynasty big board. No, I appreciate that you'd maybe enjoy that, but no, I unequivocally no. In the 4th round, JD should pick one developmental corner to replace Reed next year. Reed's going to cost too much. Unless he takes a discount and he really likes the Jets and all that stuff. The one thing I haven't talked about yet is John Franklin Myers. Like, what his tweets recently have been like very like cryptic and weird. I don't like that shit. Like, I don't like guys insinuating stuff on Twitter because you rile the fan base up. I don't get why people do it. JFM doesn't seem like one of those guys, but it's like he posted like 4 pictures of him in a Jets jersey or in a Jets uniform, and then saying like basically something about like bouncing back. Like, are they asking him to take a pay cut? Is he about to get traded? Are they gonna because something that we're not really talking about is like, hey, some of these guys we're talking about, the Ayuks, the T Higgins of the world, they're going to cost you $25 million a year, but JFM costs you 14. Let's say they cost $11 million more. Can you create $11 million right now with, I'm talking about trading JFM and a pick for, let's say, T Higgins, and then you can create another $11 million by restructure or like extending a Reed or something like that, or cutting a guy or restructuring whoever you got to do. Like, maybe that's like the true wild card of today and tomorrow is that the Jets trade JFM, because I don't know what the hell's going on with his Twitter, but he's been kind of sketchy on Twitter, like insinuating stuff. So I don't know. Some film study, meaning you don't have to watch 1 million hours of each guy. Yeah, no. I get what you were saying, John, but even if an hour or two a guy, it just doesn't make sense. Zach Frazier, okay. Steelers building that line, right? We got Zach Frazier. They got Fatino. And I've been saying Fashanu. I know it's not Fashanu. Isn't it? No, it's. How do you say it? I remember. I remembered the pronunciation. It just completely left my mind. It's I don't know. I'm calling him Fashanu, but it's not the actual pronunciation of his name. Fashanu. I don't know what it is. Seems like a nice kid though. The reaction to the family was nice. He seems like a cool dude. Seems like a pretty well put together kid. Obviously saying like he looks up to Tyron Smith and stuff, and the Jets were one of his first choices. Now, does he really mean that stuff? I don't know necessarily, but I'm sure it's not a bad situation to go into, right? Like, you're a 21-year-old rookie who has some work to do in the run game, and just overall getting more placement and stuff. And you're going to learn from Tyron Smith, one of the better left tackles of the last decade. Only thing, yeah, we talked about it. I think Kyle brought that up a while ago, right, Kev? In terms of him and how explosive he is, like in and out of his breaks, and putting a lot of pressure on his joints and stuff. I get that. Michael F says who was getting Estimate? That's the running back from Notre Dame, right? I don't think he's going to go today, right? I don't think he's viewed as that high of a prospect. I could be wrong. Guillermo says, how do you feel about Jermaine Burton? I feel nothing for Jermaine Burton because I don't know who he is. True Marvin Harrison could go the Sammy Watkins route, hyped up to fall flat. Now, I do think that he's a better prospect than Sammy Watkins, but you have guys who flop up top, and I don't think Marvin Harrison. I think he's too good of a prospect to truly flop and be like a Kevin White type of bust or anything like that. But I think that there's a possibility that, hey, he's just a solid receiver, just a decent guy. There's no lock saying that he's going to be a top 10 guy. What if he turns out to be a really good number 2? That's a possibility. So in terms of like, oh, him over Garrett Wilson, no, I know Garrett Wilson's a stud. Bless you, thank you. Who's your prediction for who we play week 1? I think it's an away game. I'm just hoping it's not like a night away game. If it's a home game and it's going to be a night game, then like, okay, I could deal with that pressure because like I'll be there. I'll have a few brews. I'm not going to be able to process and deal with the Jets waiting around all day, all Sunday to play a Sunday night game, or all day Sunday and then all day Monday to play a Monday night game, and you're not even home and it's an away game. That's rough. So I'm hoping if it's an away game, it's a 1:00 game. And honestly, especially if it's an away game, I kind of want a cupcake. Like let's go back to New England, week 1 of the season, and welcome Drake May and Gerard Mayo in their first game ever coaching, together against the Jets defense. Like that's what I want. Give me an away game against New England. If it's going to be a home game, give me really anybody night game. Maybe like the Bills again Monday night, or even like the Pats. The Pats either way, home or away. Just give me the Pats. Let's just kick the shit out of them. The first game, get our confidence up. Kev says, let's see with the Colts selection coming in. Kev says Reed is probably looking for his last big payday. I don't think. I guess he gives us a discount. Yeah, no, I would agree with you. Like in general, typically guys just don't just give discounts, right? Because their discounts are millions of dollars. It's not like, hey, I'll give you a discount. Take $20 off of this, $100 off of this price. I'm talking about millions of dollars. But let's see the Colts real quick. Oh, there's Mitchell. Yep, there goes Mitchell. So we got what? Let's say the best remaining. Let's see the best remaining prospects. Best remaining pros. Get a little bit nervous about receiver. Again, they can pivot. They could sign Boyd tomorrow, but I want somebody. I do want somebody. Is there like a do you guys know of like a live tracker? Like a live tracker where they actively go off and like show the best prospects? Like ESPN or something? Does anybody know? Oh, ESPN right here. Let's see. Do they do that? Okay, so we got McMillan. Oh, McMillan is a receiver. Okay, that's the guy from Washington. Okay. So we got McMillan left, Troy Franklin, Wilson. I would say probably those are like the three. Yeah, I would say those are the three. Franklin, I don't really know about McMillan, honestly. I heard a lot about Franklin and Wilson. I guess those are two guys I'd be okay with trading up for. But realistically, looking at some of the other names and just hearing about what people have talked about them, I wouldn't be mad with a Malik Washington, a Corley, a Walker, at 72. I guess Brendan Rice too, but I didn't see it in the Senior Bowl. Obviously, really limited sample size of watching him, but there's at least 7 or 8 guys right now who I think people would be relatively comfortable with, but it depends on fit too, right? Is McMillan that good? Do you guys like McMillan? I don't know. You guys like who do you guys like? Is it McMillan? Is it Franklin? Is it Rice? Is it Wilson? Like give me your top 3, chat. Everybody in the chat who's willing. Who's your top 3? Like what receivers do you want right now in a row? And make it break. Like trade up to stay at 72. Like are you willing to trade up for Franklin, Wilson, and McMillan, but you're cool with sticking and picking, hoping for Corley? Like give me some substance here, chat. I know we're working against a lot of other streams and stuff, so we're not gonna have as many chats. So help me out. Let me give me some stuff. Give me some stuff. I'll also let's see, because I don't know. I'm not. A lot of my hearing about the draft and stuff is like from you guys in the chat. And then I trust some of your guys' opinions. And like again, Kev Chada tells me, hey, I really like this guy in the 3rd round. Okay, I'll trust Kev Chada. And then I'll go watch him and say, I hate Kev Chada. He lied to me, but for now, I'll trust you guys until you show me that I can't trust you. JFM probably thinks he's getting squeezed out of the rotation with Hassan Reddick. Is that it though? Because like, it's not, did he tweet about it for like 3 weeks later? Like, is he a female now? Like, is he letting shit really like cook for that long? I don't know. That's quite a while. Unless maybe like he was spurned by some specific tweets, or like he looked up Franklin Myers and he saw a bunch of bad tweets from 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, then maybe, but it seems like weird timing, right? To finalize our offensive line unit, would you cut Warren or Mitchell? Yes, 100%, Kev. 100%. What have they done to earn a roster spot? Now, with that being said, I would rather cut Mitchell because he's had 2 years of bad play, where Warren's only had 1 year of bad play. So there's more of a question with Warren, and he's raw. He didn't have training camp. He was injured, so he has a lot more, I think, potential to be somebody. Where Mitchell hasn't done anything. So yeah, 100%. Like I would be an asshole not to, Kev. Right? Like if I told you right now, if you asked me that question, and I was dumb enough to say no, I would not cut Max Mitchell to add David Bakhtiari or Donovan Smith, I would be a jackass. You'd say, yeah, I would cut both of them. Maybe not. I'd rather keep one of them for develop them and stuff like that. So I'm being a little bit crazy there. But 1,000%. Yes, Bakhtiari over Mitchell. Yes, Smith over Mitchell. Yes, Cam Fleming over Mitchell. Yes, was it Andres Pete over Mitchell? 100%. And I would still do it now. I know that for Fashanu, again, that's not here to say, but Olu, we'll call him Olu. I know that Olu is here now, but is he going to cross train? Is he going to train strictly left tackle? Is he going to be able to play right tackle? Like, I don't want to put too much on his plate year one. So if you can get me another guy to play right tackle, Cam Fleming or something like that, then fine. Like, I am 100% down for that. Or even a guy like Pete, who is a guard tackle hybrid. And like, hey, that's a situation where it's kind of 2 birds, 1 stone, right? He's your fourth backup tackle, but he's also your primary backup, guard. Even though I prefer still to bring in Connor McGovern, but yeah, 1,000%, Kev. I don't think there's one person in here who would say no to that. Realistically, I have more faith in you guys in that. Oh, let's see Mel's big list. So Mel has Troy Franklin at 3, McMillan at 4. ESPN's list, which I guess is not Mel, had McMillan as a 1. So it seems like there's going to be some decent guys that fall. No need to cut Mitchell or Warren until necessary. Never know. Yeah, I don't think it's a thing where, hey, you bring in Bakhtiari now and you cut him, but you're not going to carry 6 tackles at that point, right? If you bring in another guy, you're not going to carry 6. So one of them would get cut, but you'd wait until the last second to cut him. 2-man receivers. I bet Miami takes Corley. Yeah, can we not do that shit? Can we not have a bunch of just yak gods on that team? Like, please, no. Troy Franklin, yep. Blake says Franklin, Wilson, Corley, top 3. Okay, so you guys aren't as high as McMillan either. I didn't hear a lot about McMillan until I saw that list. So Franklin, Wilson, Corley. Are you willing to trade up for all 3 of them, Blake, or you want to wait and hope that one of them falls to 72? Because we're right at the point now where if we package all of our 4s, we can get up to right now and take one of these guys. So can these guys be 3s, in your opinion? Let's see. Okay. Franklin from Shane. Franklin from Oregon is a speed guy. Corley's Devo comp guy. Okay. And what about Wilson? I know Wilson's like a slot guy, but is he a slot only, or is he a slot and outside guy? But like preferably slot, because that's where I want Garrett Wilson more so than not. Commanders. Turn up a little bit.
The Washington Commanders select Ben Simmons.
Tight end, sweet. Okay, fine. Javon Baker or Luke McCaffrey in 3rd or 4th. Okay. Yeah, Wilson from Michigan is a speed guy too. Not sure about possession route guy. Okay. I would like to add speed to our group right now because Garrett Wilson's not a burner. Like, he's fast, he's explosive, but he's not like a deep speed guy. Obviously, Mike Williams he's a vertical guy, but he's not obviously not because of speed, right? Contested catch stuff. So I would like a guy who can move a little bit. I like a guy who can move. But even if it's a Corley thing and he's a good yak guy, okay, I'm okay with that. The Jets don't have like a true yak guy on their roster right now. Do not say Gibson. Don't do it. Don't say it. Somebody's gonna say it. Haven't had a time this year to know who's good in the draft medically. Oh, Kev, all right. Prayers out to you, Kev. I hope everything's going well, or at least going well now, and went well with whatever happened. But prayers to you, Kev. That sucks. I don't know because I don't have enough time. But and same for you, Max Mitchell gone. I'm calling it. Yeah, beloved piece. If I had to guess, I'm with you. Max Mitchell is gone. They bring another guy and he's gone. Again, Bakhtiari, like why we cancel out Bakhtiari right now? If it's a deal and like listen, he has to understand, like not understand. The Jets are in a position where like one, you have to hope for he's healthy and you'll figure that out. But You don't need him right now. So if he really wants to come and play with Rodgers, give him like a $2 million base and a $500,000 roster bonus for every game he plays. Something like that. He comes in for 5-6 games. Okay, you end up paying him $5-6 million for, he basically get like $1 million a game. I don't care. Do that. Give him $0. Give him $1 to come to the Jets, which I know is not realistic or real because it's like whatever the debt minimum is, 1.15 or 1.9 or however that works. Let's say it's 1.5. Give him the 1.5, and again, every game he plays, $500,000. I would do it. He plays 6 games. You're talking about a $4.5 million contract for a really good backup tackle when he's healthy. Fine. Is this Carl Nassib? Is this Nassib? I'm not trying to be offensive here. Is this the guy who came out as like, homosexual? Is this him? I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm really asking because it looks like that guy. I'm not sure if this is this guy though. Carl Nassib. Based on the way he's clapping. Oh, somebody's gonna hate me, but I'm sorry. Okay, Browns pick. Dude, the D tackles are going crazy right now. Kev Chada says, "Imagine Jackass meets Assman." Well, who's Jackass? You know what the funny thing was? It was my first time on with Jake, and like I'm typically one to joke or just like say stupid shit. I don't really have much of a filter, and I was gonna say like one of the first things I'm like, it's quite the podcast, like Blewett and Assman. Woof on the names there, but I think I would take I think Assman is the less worst of the two names. Because, like, yeah, I could say, oh, you're an ass man. Yeah, I'm an ass man. Like, of course I'm an ass man. Who's not an ass man? But Blewett is definitely that sucks more, right? We agree on that. Blewett's worse than Assman. But I think it's Assman. It's not Assman. But yeah, it builds character. You either sink or swim very early on in life with a name like Blewett. Especially when you have an older sister who goes to the same school as you. You got to swim quickly. Swimming against the current. Malik Washington, yeah, I've seen that name a couple times pop up. Rob says, I think we get a cupcake week 1 on the road. Does anybody have like the week 1 openers for the Jets the last like years? They've all, well, I lied. Carolina Panthers was not a hard one. But like you had the Ravens, we had the Bills, we had the Bills away, we had the one year at the Bengals. We've had some difficult home our first games with the Jets. So yeah, give me New England, dude. New England at home. Let me just blow them out 45-3. 45-3. Something like Pats on the road and Bills at home. Yeah, I'd be okay with that. I need somebody to absolutely fucking mollywop Deion Dawkins, that C cup titty fat fuck. I hate that guy. He talks so much shit this offseason. And then, like, at first when it happened, like, okay, whatever. But, like, he just continues to bring it up. And he goes on these podcasts and he's talking about, like, wanting attention while posting so much shit on his Instagram and going on podcasts like Big Golden Chains. Like, dude, shut up, dude. Shut up. He's a good player, but, dude, my God. He's brutal. Brutally annoying. Joe, please tell me something to ease the anxiety of waiting on pick 72. I don't know, Armando. Are you in a place where edibles are available? I don't know. Pop an edible, dude. Do something. It's okay. We'll get there. Dolphins pick is in. Here comes Corley. Who said that before? Was that Murdog? Fuck. They're going to get Corley right now. This is not going to be ideal. So now he's a yak guy, right? They're up. The goddamn Dolphins. Trade up to 58 to 58-62 for one of the 3 named. Okay. If we watch highlights on here after they're picked, am I going to get demonetized or like canceled out? I don't know.
That's it. How y'all doing, Detroit?
Can you guys hear it?
The Miami Dolphins with the 55th pick select Patrick Paul, tackler.
Okay. Fine. Thank God they not get Corley, dude. Do not want more yak guys there. Murdog says, where is Garrett the best outsider slot, whichever it is? I think he's the best in the slot. You give him free releases, you let him be explosive in there, get him the ball quick. I think he's the best in the slot. Now, that's not to say he can't work on to the outside, but Garrett Wilson's biggest weakness right now is his vertical game. That's where he needs work. He needs to stack guys better. He needs to get on top of guys better. And he needs to be better in contested catch situations. Do not, I get it. He had a few, right? He had the one in the Bills game week 1. I did a review of him. I probably 60 something plays. There are quite a few missed jump ball opportunities for Garrett Wilson. So he really needs to work on his vertical game. And being outside, there's going to be more vertical. So in the slots where he's best. Don't trade up and take Malik Washington, okay? Deplorable. It's a fun one. Yes, Joe, we agree again. A few people remember that last year we had signed Cologne Castillo, but he didn't have enough roster spots to keep him fast forward to the end of the year, and we would have wanted to keep him, are you saying? I still don't know why Cologne got cut or got a lesser contract than Schweitzer. I actually like Cologne more than Schweitzer based on my watching of each of them, but yeah, I want McGovern back for sure. Sabo said it's always been the Jets' plan to have Garrett in the slot. I agree with him there. Hard to love him instead of Xavier Newman or the other guy, Drew Henson or whatever his name was. Brownlee's a huge yak guy. Kev, man. Let me know if I can help out anyway. If I could donate or anything. If you want to get a fund. Can we get? Do you need is your family? Are you good? Are you good, Kev? Let me know. Email me if you need help. Joe Blewett at jetsxfactor.com, Twitter, whatever, dude. Seriously, I would help out with whatever. If you need funds, if you need fucking dinner, if you need, if you live by me, you need a fucking ride to the hospital, I'll do it, dude. Seriously, you're loyal here. That sucks. I'm hoping it's a 1 or a 2 thing, not a 4 thing. If you feel what I'm saying there. So that sucks. I feel for you, man. I don't want to see that at all. Yeah, best wishes for sure, Kev. Let us know. I'm sure the chat would help you out too. I'll donate. I'll give you my super chats the next month. D tackles and cornerbacks are flying off the board. Yeah, for sure. Countdown is on 17 picks. Feel like we trade up, getting Green Bay or Houston pick. Well, let's see the trade value chart, fellas. Let's do this. Trade value chart NFL draft. What would it take? Two 4th round picks to get up to right now. What would it? Let's see our top of the round, our top 4ths. We have we got pick 111, 72, and we have pick. So we got 72 and 43, so 115. 115 would get us up to. Oh God, that would get us up to pick 97 with just those 4ths. Yeah, so you probably need a package. Okay, so let's see the 3rd round pick. So 3rd round pick 230, and our highest 4th. So we got about 300 points. So yeah, if you're talking about our next 2 picks to trade up, we can get up to pick 60. If you want to trade up 10 spots for your 4th round pick, it would cost you, and then obviously your 3rd too. But at this point, I wish they would trade up all the 4ths and just have 2 picks today. I kind of want 2 picks today. Trade next year, shit. Fuck, who cares? I want 2 picks though. I don't want just 1. Sorry for your sister, Joe. Oh yeah. Last name Blewett as a female. Yeah, not ideal. She doesn't have the last name anymore. She's a Kimball now. So Kimball, not so bad. Not so bad. Joe, I appreciate that. I'm not saying anything about anybody else, but I appreciate you saying that I'm your guy here. So I appreciate that. When you were talking about hard openers, I was reminded of the opener of Monday Night Football, the Ravens and the 10 dude, and I was there too, John. That was the opening game for the for MetLife Stadium. Let's see, Jets last, or let's see, every Jets season opening game. It's not going to come up. I'm going to read some freaking 1,000 page article. Is there a way to find that? Can anybody tell me the last 20? Send me a link. So I feel like it's been harder than not. Yeah, I'm not going to do it. It's not. There's going to be no list. Nobody's going to ever write like this. Yeah, I don't know. It's been hard though. It's been not ideal. Corley was me. According to my research from the past few minutes, Roman Wilson plays from the slot. Okay. I love that from my last few minutes. Look at Jerry Jones. I didn't see anything. Oh, there he is. Dude, that stadium though. Oh, beautiful, beautiful, Texas. There's a way to show highlights without getting demonetized, but I'm not sure specifically what you need to do. Well, regardless, I'm just going to watch the highlights and then just talk about them as I watch them maybe or something. I don't know, but I don't watch highlights of these guys. Like, I'm not going to be like, oh, Corley in the third, I'm going to go watch highlights of them now. I haven't seen any of these guys play at all. So I would like to at least get like I can see their strengths at least, or somewhat their strengths. Pick is in for Dallas. They're going to take Corley. It's my prediction. I hope not. Thanks, Joe. Need this distraction. Yeah, man. You know, that shit's serious. So I'm hoping everything's good. So no wide receiver in the second round for the Jets. It's pick 56. We got time. Dallas selection's in. The first thing I thought when the guy with the wheelchairs come out, just nothing even bad, but was it Tropic Thunder when like he gets injured and he like stabs his own leg? That's exactly. I don't know why I thought about that, but there we go. Oh, Blake, are you ahead of me? Don't. I didn't see the pick yet, so I'm not. Maybe I won't look. I guess you said defense, but.
One, serving for the United States Air Force.
Respect.
And two, the Dallas Cowboys.
Dallas fans were actually not bad, by the way. For people who are ever going there, I didn't really have problems. I had one problem with one dude who was obliterated. That lasted all 10 seconds. Shit. Okay, whatever. It'll come. Would you take a linebacker safety next year with a bit of uncertainty about positions in the future? Yeah, for sure, Ant. Now, I would say more so safety than linebacker, because safety, we don't necessarily know what Tony Adams is, right? I like Chuck Clark as a player, like a lot, but he's coming off of an injury, and he's on a one-year contract, so you don't know about those two guys. Ashton Davis is a backup level player, in my opinion, who could spot start whatever, however much you individually like him. But I would say safety more so than linebacker, because linebackers, I actually do like Sherwood a little bit. I did a review of him. There will be a review out later in the offseason. I already recorded it. In limited sample size last year, he was pretty fucking good, dude. Like, Jamie Sherwood impressed me last year. So I think they do have at least a starter in Sherwood. Yeah, damn, Kev. You popped in my mind again. I'm thinking about you, Kev. Let me know. I want to know if you're okay with sharing details with me privately. I would like to know what's going on with you. And I'm not just saying that. D end. Okay. Marshawn Nealand. Who is that? Running back. I bet Marshawn Lloyd. They just re-upped with Zeke, didn't they? I feel like being GM for the Cowboys would be a ball clench all the time, just squeeze those cheeks and hope not to piss them off. Jared Jones, yeah, man. At the end of the day, just like do it. I don't know. Try to do what he wants. Try to get your opinion in there. Try to slowly mold his mind into doing exactly what you want. But yeah, he's a hands-on owner. Which, by the way, did you guys see the video on Twitter of like David Tepper walking into a bar, the owner of the Panthers? Apparently, and this is like headline bullshit or a headline reading that I don't like that people do nowadays, but I'm doing it. But I'm doing it with transparency. It seemed like they had like a sign on the outside of the building that said, basically like, hey, I guess they were in Carolina, let the GM make the pick or whatever it was, something to that effect. And then he like walked in with one of his buddies, is talking to like the front desk people. Guy is wearing like an Eagles hat, and he takes off the Eagles hat and then like puts it on the a desk or whatever. He just takes off the man's head. And I don't know if he like asked him to take the sign away or like to put the sign down or whatever it was. But like, dude, bro, like I don't know about you guys, but like there are certain things you don't do to another man without expecting to get fucking a face full of fist. If I'm wearing a hat and you take my hat off my head, and it's like you're my buddy, and like, hey, like let me see if that shit fits me. Like you're my buddy, okay, fucking cool. But like if I don't know you and you start touching me, oh, dude, bro, like that he could have got fucking rocked. Then he got a massive lawsuit, but still, like, dude, touching another guy's head, touching another guy's face, touching another guy, touching anybody. What are we doing here? Guy's a fucking buffoon. Mikey Malls. Look at this guy. You could show highlights. It's called a fair use clause. Fair use means you could use it as part of a copyrighted material in a transformative nature. Reactions, reviews, just don't use the entire content. Oh, so should I like play half of it and then like talk for a little bit and then play half of it or something like that, Mike? Like tell me, because I'm really stupid with that stuff. Thanks to all of you who serve, and sorry this country has done some of you dirty. Yeah, hey man, I'm not trying to get into all that shit, but our country cares about other people more than it cares about us. That's the fucking facts, dude. There's no way to fight that. They don't really care about our homeless and our vets, but they care about Ukraine and fucking illegals and shit. I'm not trying to get crazy about that stuff, but you see all this money that they just shell out to other countries when we're struggling quite a bit here. Look at California. Look at San Fran. Like San Fran was a stadium I was considering going to. I think they're playing there this year. Like my buddy texted me, I'm like, dude, have you seen fucking San Fran? You want to go to San Fran right now? Like, are we trying to get stabbed? Like I got a baby at home, dude. Like I'll go to San Fran when I'm like 55, and like if I get stabbed and die, like it is what it is. You know, my kids are grown, but right now with a baby, with another 1 or 2 on the way in the next couple of years, no, San Fran out on that shit, dude. You can like rob. What is it? Is it up to like $900? You can just rob shit from stores and the police can't arrest you. Absolute shit show in California, dude. That's what happens. Day 3 of the draft is the best picks don't drag out like days 1 and 2. Yeah, and it's like fun because like you're like really like you don't know the guys, so it's kind of fun to like delve into guys you don't really know. So like this is fun for me too. You know, the only thing is about today is we only have 1 pick. You know, what's our next pick if we don't trade up 72? Yeah, Rob Day 72. That stepper stuff was true, but it turned out he handled it in all in good fun. He laughed with the owner about it. I would like to know the context though. Like, what did he walk in and do it? And he's like, "Hey, I'm the owner of the Carolina Panthers." Like, they laughed it off because hey, he's rich and they're starstruck, or like, was he actually being funny about it? Like, I don't know, dude. Head case. What's your opinion on Bauer's ball tracking ability? Because he praised it. I think you know if you're asking, right? He struggled with it. In the year I watched, in 2023, there was quite a few incidences where I didn't think he tracked the ball well, and they put himself out of position for the catch. You know, yeah. I'm not gonna say it's good. I'm not gonna say it's good. I had a problem with it in 2023, but if you're gonna say that if they just watched 2023 and they don't have the context of 2022 and 2021, and you're saying his ball tracking is good, then you're either lying, you didn't watch, or you don't know what you're watching. Because I don't know how you come away with that out of his 2023 evaluation. I think you can come away and say, okay, I have questions about it. Maybe it's not bad. I can understand that argument, but I cannot understand. Oh, it's good. There's no way. Yeah, Kev, I see that your comments complicated and all that stuff. I won't even, but okay. Cut some stuff out, whatever, less your content. Yeah. Alex, isn't that technically assault since he well, so it depends on where they're at. I could tell you, like right now, if I showed up for a call and I saw a video of a guy touching another guy's hat and then putting on him, like I'm not arresting that guy for that. That's the thing where I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna tell you, hey, Alex, if you really feel like that he assaulted you and you didn't like that what he did there, you're gonna sign your own complaints. You're gonna write up a whole report of what happened. Basically, you give it to the court. Then the court decides if he's guilty or not of assault. That's not enough for me to personally, arrest them there. Now, like, it would be more like disorderly. It's not assault. Like he didn't inflict any bodily harm to the guy. And there's obviously different levels of assault. You know, there's assault with like fluids, which is like aggravated assault. There's simple assault, me punching you in the face. There's aggravated assault, me punching you in the face and breaking your nose, breaking your orbital bone. And then there's like disorderly. Like, that's more. I would say that's more like disorderly and is like truly assault. That's more of a thing you're gonna sign your own complaints against, really. But we're not trying to get into all that, really. I guess. Mikey says, can't say you won't be hit with one of those copyright strikes on YouTube, but you can fight it. Whatever. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. We have 15 pick until the Jets pick. So if they were to add up all of their four, so I did do this before. NFL trade value chart. Let's see if they package all of their all of their force where they can get up to. I think I already did this shit, right? I think I did. 39. So let's just say 40. 40 plus 4 is about 80. It's really 82. 82 plus 72. So we got 154. 154 can get you up to the, let's say Green Bay's pick at 88. So you could pick 72 and 88 if you wanted to today. Or you could package some of those picks and pick like right now. Pick is in for the Packers. Like we could trip to Houston right now, 310. Because it's an 80-point difference, and pick 111 is like 72. That is Brian Beluga. Okay, there we go. Giving up all of their force is not worth it. Probably not. I rather package like a third and like if you want to give up pick 72 and a fourth right to get up right now to Houston's pick or Buffalo's, well, not Buffalo's pick. Who's after Buffalo? Who's pick 61? Pick is already in for Houston before they announce Green Bay. Okay. So pick 61 is about, let's just say 290. 290, and the Jets have 230, and then they need to make 60 points up. So they can get to 61 right now with 70. Well, obviously assuming that they would bite. Pick 72 and 111 is about the sweet spot right now where they can get up to. For their next two picks, they can get this pick. If you want to wait a little bit and I want that fourth round pick, next or tomorrow, it's a difference between 72 and 43. So then we got 43 plus 230. So we got 272 or 273. So 273 gets you about to the end of the second round. So if you want to package your 72 and your last one, and your mid fourth, your middle of the fourth round picks, then you can get up to San Fran or KC, and a couple of picks as well. So Blake Fisher, okay, another tackle, but yeah, trade up. And what would be the last pick? Let's see, 40 plus 270. So 270. Oh, it's about KC too. KC, yeah. So KC, we might be able to get there for our third and our last fourth round pick, or our third and our mid fourth round pick. If you really wanted to get to 64 or 63, it's possible. Is there somebody there you guys like right now who you'd like to trade up for? Just a fourth round pick, really? Let's refresh the best receivers of it. I don't think anybody's really went that we've been talking about, right? Let's see. McMillan's still there. Franklin's still there. Rice is still there. Roman Wilson's still there. At that point, if we're talking about, hey, you guys are saying, okay, we like Wilson, we like Franklin, we like Corley, we like Washington, like 3 or 4 guys. Do those 3 or 4 guys go all within the next 10, 12 picks? I don't know. Probably not, right? Probably not. So maybe you wait, and then let's package some of those fourths and get into the late third. How would that work? Let's see that. If the Jets are keeping pick 72, could they get back into today with fourth round picks? We would have I'm doing like a lot of math on the fly and shit here, but we're kind of just bullshitting and watching the draft together. So fourth round picks, we got 72 and 43. So we got 115. 115 is about pick 97. So it could be a thing where the Jets pick at 72, another receiver falls that they like, and they trade, their first 2 fourth round picks and get back into the third. Is possible. Because it goes to pick 100 tonight. It goes to pick 100 tonight. So, I mean, yeah, it's either way, the Jets should be, you're picking soon. Bills pick is in. They might take a receiver though, right? They just got Coleman, but that's it. They have Coleman. They're starting 3 receivers now are Coleman, Shakir, and Curtis Samuel. They might get a guy. Okay. Oh, okay. Some chats in here. Let's see. I don't think the Jets trade until one receiver that they like is left. That's very possible, right, Rob? Like they might have a grouping of 3 guys right now, and As long as 2 to 3 don't go, they're just going to sit. Very possible. Very possible. Yeah. According to some of my thing about the beat is they don't break any stories, really. Like, they don't break free agent visits. They don't break trades. They don't break anything. Do they know anything about the draft and what the Jets are thinking right now? Most likely not. And another thing is, too, that I wanted to talk about just a little bit, just because we mentioned the beat. Can there be any more of like a sad sack than Brian Costello? Like, I already mentioned his name, and I don't care to call him out because I don't care if somebody sends him. I don't give a shit. The guy's a miserable asshole, dude. Bitches about the games consistently. Like, puts no substance into his tweets. Like, the Jets will trade for Hassan Reddick, and I'll quote tweet it, Jets trade for Hassan Reddick. Like, nothing to it. Again, bitches about having to be at practice and preseason games, and then he shits on NYJ Matt and the Jets and the Jets media for making a story about it. He's basically saying that winning teams don't do that shit on social media. What does Joe Douglas Sala and Woody Johnson do to the social media team? It's some 25-year-old kid who's good at Twitter who's doing that shit. And like, they actively made a great day for Jets fans, engaged with the Jets fans, made it a whole fun thing. And then Brian Costello comes out there and says, "Oh, it's not something that serious organizations do." Like, shut the fuck up, dude. My God. And don't give me the excuse of, "Oh, well, he hates his job because he covers the Jets." You could be doing a lot worse than covering the Jets. And listen, at the end of the day, if you hate your job with the Jets, then maybe break some news and actually be good, and then get promoted like other people have done who have left the Jets. DJ Bieniemy. Right, that's his name. I actually DM him sometimes. He's actually a good dude, but like he got a job at ESPN. Kimberly Martin, right? She got a job at the ESPN or NFL Network or whatever. Leaving the Jets. Like, if he hates his job that much for the Jets, then fucking be better at your job, dude. Like, my God, what an absolute dweeb that guy is. Please do not follow that motherfucker. Like, I don't know why I click on his name. I see that like people I follow him. Why? What does he offer anybody? God, I hate that guy. I do. He's just such a – and maybe he's different offline. Maybe he is, but the image he projects is just so beyond miserable. He needs to fucking let out some shower jellyfish or something. Get some shower jellyfish, fucking get I don't know. You do something that makes you happy. Okay. Which receiver do you want the most? I would say right now at the top of my head, like based on everything I've heard, it's probably Wilson or Corley. Right, because the guy, let me see, the guy from Troy Franklin, is that the really skinny dude? 6'2", 176. I don't know if I love that. It's pretty small. Now, could he add weight? What does his frame look like? He looks really skinny, so I would probably say Wilson or Corley, but I don't. That's with little to no knowledge. Bill selection. It's a safety, right? Utah? Yeah. Okay. Corley and Franklin still there. Yep, Corley and Franklin are still there. So is Wilson. There's quite a few people that people are talking about still here, so it's good. Apparently someone told Ryan on Jets Talk 24/7 that they met. Yeah, so I'm actually like no. Like I said, like super close with Ryan, but like we text and stuff like off the side and like whatever. Like, he's a friend. He's a friend of mine. I consider him a friend now. He texted me that stuff, and it seemed like oddly specific. Like, would Hackett really be telling this guy that certain draft prospects remind him of Kelvin Benjamin? I don't think so, dude. Like, I think that maybe the guy ran into him, tried to talk to him about a thing or two, maybe got a slight nugget based on like how he was acting. Do I really think that Hackett was sitting down with this guy talking about prospects and what they want, and that they want receivers, they love the receivers, or lukewarm in the tackles, giving certain player comps to this kid? I severely doubt it, dude. Severely doubt that's real. That's not me discrediting Ryan. That's me discrediting that individual guy who's just a listener of his show who happened to run into Hackett. I don't think so. Hackett had to be he's kind of an idiot, but he'd have to be like a true jackass. Detroit could be going receiver. They just signed Brown to a massive deal. McMillan's still there, yeah. Double down. All right, let's see. Lions pick is in. Pick 61. Jets are up in 10 picks from now. There's still 3 or 4 receivers we like, fellas, so we might not have to trade up here. Barry. Not worth the trade up. Roman Wilson staying in Michigan. Michael would wait. There's like 3 guys, right? Probably 4. There's like 4 guys we'd like right now. I guess McMillan. McMillan, Franklin, Wilson, Walker, Corley, Washington are all guys I've heard of. Now, past that, like in the 4th round, there's guys who I've seen before that people are talking about. Luke McCaffrey. Maybe Malik Washington falls quite a bit. I don't know. Rosenblatt said the Jets like all 3 of Wilson, Corley, and Franklin. Take it with a grain of salt. Okay. Take Washington at 17 and move up. I would move up for another one. Double down, dude. I'm fine with that. Ennis Rakestraw Jr. Rakestraw Jr. Okay, sweet. Is it 2 and 3 tonight? Yes, correct. John, I agree. Just regurgitating the word. If the Jets really have them. Oh, yeah. Anyway, we get Ayuk. I think it's possible, Ant. I do. If there's a situation, and it depends on the contract, right? Let's just say he wants $25 million a year. JFM costs you 14. You get rid of JFM in that deal. Could you create another $11 million for Ayuk? Yes. The problem comes with, okay, now you have Ayuk on a huge contract. Sauce, JJ, Garrett Wilson, AVT, all these guys need contracts coming up. Michael Carter II. Can we fit Ayuk in there too? Probably not. Realistically, probably not. I think probably it's exciting. The better team buildings may be getting a guy at 72 and bringing in Boyd for $6 million a year. Brendan Rice can develop behind a receiver. So the only problem with that, Kev, is your receiver 3 in today's NFL is playing 65, 70, maybe 60% of your reps, but he's playing over half the reps. So it's not a thing where he gets sit and develop. He's going to be counted on right off the jump to contribute. Now, maybe it's a thing where Lazard is obviously, going to be the 3 right off the jump because Rodgers trusts him and stuff like that. But he doesn't necessarily have he's not make a redshirt year kind of deal, if you feel what I'm saying. While there's some receivers left, what kind of receiver do we need the most right now? I would say well-rounded, and that's not a cop out or anything like that. You don't want a guy who can just play slot because Garrett Wilson is more of a slot guy at this point in his career. You don't want just a straight vertical guy because Mike Williams is a vertical guy who can catch back shoulder balls. To me, you want versatility here. So whoever's the most versatile receiver is what I prefer. So maybe that's not, maybe that is a McMillan. Maybe he's a more well-rounded guy where a Wilson is a slot guy and Corley is a yak guy, but not much else of that. So whoever's the most well-rounded guy is the guy I want. I don't think we just need a slot. I don't think we just need vertical. I don't think we just need yak. Shower jelly. Yeah, Google it. That's what we refer to as, something, shower jellyfish. But I've used that quite a bit. But he needs to leave some. Let's kick his ass. I don't know. Murdoch, based on your picture, that's all you, my friend. No, I'm not trying to get arrested. I'm good. I have a clean track record. Never mind. I'm not saying anything. Wilson and Kelvin Benjamin. That makes sense, John. Roger Rosengarten, another tackle. So, guys, there's 4 receivers we like right now, and we only got 10 picks left. Right? Yeah. Makes zero sense or wildly different. Yeah, everything I've heard of Roman Wilson as a prospect, he's wildly different than Kelvin Benjamin. So it doesn't make sense. It's like saying that, Xavier Gibson reminds him of Stephen Hill. Quite different players. Roman Wilson taking number 17. Yeah, I don't want to do that. I don't want Wilson and Wilson. We can't drink Wilson. I'm sorry. I don't want to know. Washington is small, but with the accuracy of A-Rod, he'll be a solid target. Hackett also said he didn't know Brees could catch, so maybe he did pull out of his ass. Yeah, double dip. Yeah, sure. Why not? You need receiver 3 and 4 right now, in my opinion. I don't trust even. I guess Lazard. Yeah, sure. Receiver 4. I guess that's good enough with Rodgers, but it's not I'm writing home about him as receiver 4. So I'm more than fine with double dipping. Joe, if I'm not mistaken, you strongly dislike Brendan Rice. Off of super, super shallow research, Murdoch. I saw him run 2 or 3 routes at the Senior Bowl that people were saying were good or whatever because of the contested catch, but I did not. I to me, and literally watching like 3 reps of him, he looks like a guy who just tries to like overpower guys at the line of scrimmage, but looks a little stiff and doesn't have much nuance to his route running. That's what I saw off of like 3 reps. So I think he's super, super raw. I don't know. So I wouldn't be thrilled with the with his pick. Now maybe I look at him and say, yeah, he's raw, but his upside is stupid, and I really do like him. But I think he's more of a name guy because of who his dad is than a great prospect. But again, super shallow research. So I wouldn't. It's not my legitimate opinion of him. Like I wouldn't stamp that, So pick is in for the Chiefs. Okay, so we're going to be moving into the 3rd round in 2 picks from now. Chiefs pick is in. They need receivers still. Lost MVS. They have They have Rice, or they have Rice, right? They have Brennan Rice, or are you? Who's the receiver now? Who's the Chiefs receiver who just got in trouble? His name is Rice too, right? Am I crazy? The Chiefs trade up 1 spot. Oh, yeah. Okay. Who just announced that pick? Who was that guy? Rashid Rice. Okay, yes. Rashid Rice. Thank you, guys. Rashid Rice. Okay. So they have him. You have MVS who left. Like past that, you have Kadarius Toney. Like what do they have? So I could have seen them taking a receiver, but hey, I'm happy they took a tackle. Again, anything that's not a receiver, safety, running back right now, I'm happy. Specifically receiver, obviously, right? But let's see. What are people saying on social media? Everybody's talking about Troy Franklin. It seems like a lot of people want Troy Franklin. Roman Wilson. Yeah. Troy Franklin, Roman Wilson, and Corley seem to be the hot names for Jets fans. So I'm rooting for one of those guys. I'll root for Jets fans, and hopefully we get players that a lot of guys like. Oh, did you guys see this, by the way, too? The picture that Rucker put up, and he just put like the shush emoji. I don't know if you guys saw this one today. Him and Conklin. I like it, dude. I like the confidence. Not saying that he deserves a lot of confidence or anything like that, but I think for what he was at Ohio State, I do think he could be a solid tight end too. Has he shown me enough in 2 years of his play to tell me that he's a reliable tight end 2 right now? No. I think he could be he's a tight end 2 or 3 right now. But I think he has plenty of upside to be a tight end 3. Those guys develop historically slow, and you're talking about being on a roster with Zach Wilson and all these scrubs. He doesn't necessarily have the chance to really develop well. So, it was about Johnny Wilson, not whatever. Joe, I bet you would love Javon Baker from UCF. What is he? Is he a safety, a running back, a receiver? What is he? Just based off of Dom C's big board, he has Franklin, Wilson, Corley in that order. Okay. All right, I'll trust it. So let's root for Franklin, Wilson, and Corley. And Corley seems like he's just a yak guy, which how much are you really going to utilize a 3rd round yak guy in your offense? I get that. Franklin, the size worries me in terms of him being, 6'2", 176, but I'm sure that an NFL weight program, he can add, 5 to 10 pounds. Then he's a 6'2", 185, so he's slender, but not like too skinny. You know what I'm saying? Conklin tweeted the Rucker tweet, and I didn't get it. It was weird. What did he quote tweet him? Oh, yeah. My motherfucking dog, like the diaper said to the baby. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe are we just old, Mike? I don't know. Like the diaper said to the baby. Yeah, who knows? Does anybody know what the hell that means? My dog, like the diaper said to the baby. Shit, man. I don't know. We might be just getting old, Mike. We're probably just old because somebody said, what was the word I didn't know I had to ask about like a couple months ago? Somebody's like, oh, the guy has no Riz. I was like, what the fuck what does Riz mean? Then I figured it out, and now I know what Riz means. I didn't know what no Diddy meant, which is hilarious, and I will be using now. No Diddy. But like the diaper said to the baby. I have quite an experience of babies right now, and in terms of like shushing or hushing, my diaper does not hush my baby. So I don't know. Oh, look at the replies. He explains it. Okay, yeah, that's a bad one. Let's see, Conklin. Oh yeah, by the way, I don't know if you guys have seen certain individuals on Twitter now, but all of these Bauer boys now are putting out like low light tapes of Fashanu. These people are fucking losers, dude. Losers. That's what we're doing after we draft the guy. Even if you don't like him, like fine. But now we're like shitting on first round picks because he wasn't Bowers. Like just all time low for individuals who are 40, 50, 60 years old, like shitting on 21-year-old kids because you didn't get your boy. Like, dude, people gotta grow up. Look at the replies. He explains it. Okay. Like the diaper said to the baby, shit, I got you covered. And it's not the best. It's not the best. And also with that, diapers always don't have the shit covered. I'll tell you right now. Because if I'm sure parents know, there are plenty of diapers that get blown the hell out and then you got poop all over their back. So I don't find it. I don't like it. Look at the replies. He explained it. Okay. Connor Hughes stated Jets made multiple attempts to get into the second round and were unsuccessful. Okay. Are they going to try to get into the up now? I don't know. Quit giving me shit. All the teams beginning after 35 demonstrated their willingness to trade. I don't understand what JD is waiting for. The rest of these receivers, I would doubt are impactful. Well, it depends on the tiers, right? Like we're saying, if they have Franklin, Corley, Wilson all in the same tier, then why are you going to trade up for a guy when one of those guys may fall? If one of them, if they're all, whatever the grading system is, 7.5, 7.5, 7.4, then maybe it's not worth it to give up, a pick. Let's see. Niners pick.
It's good to be back home at the crib. I went to school down the street from here, 3200 East Lafayette Street, Detroit Martin Luther King Crusaders. So it's an honor and a pleasure to be here.
Let's see who they pick. This guy can stop talking.
2024 NFL Draft. The NFC champion San Francisco 49ers select Renardo Green, DB, Florida State.
Is anybody watching NFL Network, or you just have my stream on? I don't know, but you just heard it in the background. Just losers, That's good. Tanking says I have a funny feeling that Woody Johnson already told Joe D that his job is safe. Otherwise, why would Joe DU protective of next year and following next year's draft picks instead of using them now? Does that mean he's safe, or it could be a thing where like, hey, and people said that about the pick yesterday with Fashanu. It's like, does that mean that, or is that could be him doubling down on offensive line because it could be a situation where like, hey, I'm supposed to be an offensive line guy. If the offensive line has sucked, I'm tripling down on offensive line because that will be the thing that gets me fired. If I've been trying to build this first round picks, free agents, and it doesn't work out, then we're screwed. So we're just doubling down on it. I don't think that Fashanu yesterday makes him safe. And again, if they don't have much of a difference between these picks, then we don't know. The Panthers, Jets traded up. Here we are. The Jets have traded up to pick 65. What receiver are they getting? Nobody put it in the chat, please, before I say it. I don't want to see it. I do not want to see it. Who are the Jets getting? What did they give up? To pick 64, we're probably talking about we have pick 64, which is or 65, which is 265. Our third is, so it's a difference of 35 points. So that is probably our last fourth round pick. We probably give our last fourth round pick. I would imagine. Our fourth round pick. Pick is in for the Jets. Let's see. Of course. Hold on. Is he going to say the selection on the bottom and not announce it? Oh, no, okay. Yes, we probably gave up our last fourth, which I'm fine with. I'm completely fine with giving up our last fourth to get up 10 spots to get a guy you want. Is it Franklin? Is it Franklin? You guys would be excited about Franklin. I'm down for it. I'll start watching Franklin film literally right now on stream if I can get it. I will press my guy to get it right now, and I will start breaking him down right now. If that's what you guys want, I'll do it. You guys tell me. If we get a receiver right now, you guys want me to break him down? Go through my process a little bit? Oh, they gave up 72 and a 157. They didn't even give up their – so they still have 3/4? Really, John? And they can give up all their fourths to now get back into the third if they really want to? What are their 3/4 added up to again? Let's just say 70, 110, 150, a little bit over 150. You can get back like pick 88. You can get up again and get another guy here if you really want to. But if 5th round picks, another Jets have what? Now they have 3/4 and a 6 left. Salute to the servicemen out there. We'll jam out. All right. So now we have of course, this whole presentation now there's like a. Can you figure out who the fucking pick is? So now we have pick. We have a fourth. We have a fourth. We have a fourth, a 6th, and a 7th. Okay, so 3/4, a 6, and a 7. All right. So 5 more picks after this. They should trade up again, though, right? Like, do we need 5 more players after this? Fourth, a 6, a 7. I don't think we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more players. I think they trade up again, dude. Why not? All right, let's see. What is it? Edwards, right? Yeah, Braylon Edwards. Come on, receiver. Don't be like a fucking. Let's make a running back or a safety.
Now it's time to get on the board. Go Blue, you know what time it is. You know what time it is. J-E-T-S.
No, look, it's a Gotham City crew guy. I forget it. I've seen him before, and he's a good guy.
2024 draft, the New York Jets select Malachi Corley.
Wow. Okay. Here we are. So hey, for all you Bowers boys, we just got Bowers 2.0, but a receiver. All right, let's see what they say about him. 5'11", 210.
Everything about him screams of guys that have success in the NFL because he's so tough. He has that Deebo Samuel mindset, putting it back. You watch the way he runs with the football. The bubble screen, so about his ability to take the football and just go. And all of a sudden,
that's a wild smoke screen.
He's going to bring it 5'10 and a half, 207. Get that up into the 215, 4.46 speed. Talk about 692 of the 984 receiving yards for after the catch. Talk about a guy in 2023, 79 catches, 11 touchdowns. He had some outstanding games overall. Louisiana Tech.
Ooh, he's a good contact balance. All right, Jets. Malachi Corley to the Jets. How are we feeling, Jets fans? Let's go back to the chat. Jets are on the clock. They're pumped up. Got a receiver 3. Quality over quantity? Fuck yeah, Green. Let's do it. Nice. Break down the receiver. That would be great. Yeah. I know who it is. Want to know? No. Now I do. Who is it? Leon? Tell me. Do you know? Joe getting a copyright strike now for me. He's like, oh, maybe I will. Oh, do they really, Eric? That's not funny. I wouldn't doubt it, though. All right. Got a receiver. We got one of the receivers a lot of people talked about. According to the Jets, he was fourth on the Jets wide receiver depth chart. What does that mean? Like fourth on the Jets receiver, like he was their fourth receiver? Cardinals pick. I want the Jets to trade up again. Yeah, fuck it, trade up again. Let's get Franklin if he falls. You know, I'm okay with it. Get out the film. Corley. Okay. Corley. Great pick. Yak God. Corley. You guys seem excited about it. Jets are really disagreeing with my evals this year. He's nasty. Buffalo Jet fan pumping his fist in the air right now. Like a good way or a bad way? Trey Benson. Okay. Video. Dial up the film. Never heard of him. Break it down, Joe. I'm going to see right now. Let me go on my Twitter and see if I can get any games of Corley. It's Western Kentucky. Let me DM my guy. I know he's going to have it soon. All right, let's see. I messaged him. It's a tough ask to get it back quick, so it's an upload to the file too. So we'll see. I don't give a fuck. Joe Douglas is the best GM we've ever had. I'm about to go crank one out. That is leave your own shower jellyfish, Murdoch. You know, I don't know your home situation, but married with kids, it's a shower jellyfish situation. So hey, you go do you. You actually made me laugh out loud earlier, Joe, when you said I have a clean record, even though never mind, I'm not going to say anything. Yeah, I'm not going to say anything. We need this review tonight, Joe. I'm getting with it. I just DM my guy. We'll see if it's. I'll tell you when he messages me back. I know I'm getting it tonight. I don't know how soon I'm getting it tonight. Takes a little bit. Unless I can go here. Let's go. Let's do this. Let's. You know what? You guys are gonna see into my life a little bit here. Want to see? Share screen. We're gonna go try to find it together, just so you guys can kind of see what's going on here. Doesn't really matter. Yeah, they're seeing this. Google Drive. Let's see if I have. He's Western Kentucky? No, right? Western Kentucky. The only thing is I don't know the. Can't do it. Actually, I can't do it. I actually can't do that for a reason. I didn't think about that. I can't do it. Shit. Doesn't matter. I can try to find it. I just can't have you guys looking there with me. I forgot about something. Okay. Do I have any Western Kentucky film? JetX. Let's see. Did any of the? Can you guys figure out? This is your guys' part of the research. Did I evaluate any defend? No, I didn't. I didn't look at any defenders this year. I don't have any Western Kentucky film. I gotta wait. I was just thinking, do I have any? Did I watch any defenders play against Western Kentucky? But I didn't watch any defenders this year. Ooh, my guy looks like he got back. Hold on. Did he not? No. What is that? No. I thought he did. Okay. We can scroll down in the chat. Where am I? Where am I at? After watching 10 seconds, he reminds me of a new one. I love it. The new one was a little bit bigger, though, right? But yeah, nonetheless, I'm with it. Interesting. Steve Smith, who's pretty with wide receiver evaluations, likes him. Like he's good with the evaluations. I just got a message from my film guy. Gonna get going on that ASAP. Okay. Yeah, if I can get it, I'll start watching it right now. Now, I will not lie to you. The process of watching guys is a little bit boring because I'm watching reps and I'm looking for certain things and, releases and speed and whatever else. Like it's, you're watching a whole entire game and you might watch a game and get 10 plays. You might watch a game. I might clip 3 plays. I might clip 1 play out of a game. I don't really know. It depends. I evaluate the entire season. So I'll watch a game. Like I'm sure there's games that he has with only 2 catches. Let's see his, let's see his game log. Game log. Let's say, was he a consistent like game to game? He's a yak guy though, right? So he probably should have a decent amount of Stats per game. What did he have this year? Last year, 1,200 yards, 11 touchdowns. This year, 900 yards, 11 touchdowns. Why? What was with the drop? Maybe I should get 2022 and 2023. Yeah, I'm going to get 2022 and 2023 then. Let's see his game logs this year, though. 900 yards? Why did he go down? Malachi Corley to the Jets. Western Kentucky. The Deebo Samuel comparisons. The poor man's Brock Bowers at receiver. Okay. Yeah, see, like 44 catches, 55 yards, 8 for 88, 9 for 107, 8 for 81, 8 for 207, 6, 4 for 10 yards. That's not going to be a fun game to watch against Texas El Paso, but I will. 6 for 78. 10 for 107. Okay. The first game I'm going to watch is 4 for 55, 8 for 88. Okay, we can do something with that. We'll see. Again, the process, you'll see it. We'll really get into it. The weeds a little bit. Joe Douglas looks like he learned from last year. Can't believe they passed on Roman Wilson. Who knows? Maybe Roman Wilson sucks. Kai Samuel loves the pick, by the way. Who's Kai Samuels? Is that the guy? I just did a podcast, an offensive line guy named Kai, but I don't know if his name is Kai Samuels. If that's him, then okay. Like, I have some respect for that guy. I know what he was talking about, but is that him? The Jets Deebo, like that pick. He looks like a smaller, slower Deebo with less route running chops. Feel bad for Xavier. Why? What did he do? Rivka did a write up on him versus Bowers, and what was the write up? How was that? Tell me about it. Gibson's now a kick returner, basically, and maybe not even that though. Why can't Corley take that? Apparently, I'm getting this film dropped to me in like 10 minutes. So Corley's very raw. Yeah, could Corley's yak ability make up for a weak play calling by Hackett? Yeah, for sure. And the thing about the Jets too is like, you're either going vertical or you're going to the flats and like quick hitters for Rodgers on the outside. And Corley's a guy who could take advantage of that. Great, you know. Again, I wish I would personally like a guy who's more well-rounded, but you don't know. His college route tree was more like a route twig. Imagine Jets trade back up and get Roman Wilson too. Yeah, fuck it, dude. Him or Franklin? Why not? Why not? Give me both of them. You know, and at the end of the day, like, yeah, would I prefer to have probably, Corley and Boyd instead of Corley and Franklin because I want like the vet? Yeah, sure, but would we be mad right now if we got Roman Wilson or Franklin and Corley and that's the receiver core? You know, Garrett Wilson, Mike Williams, Roman Wilson, and Corley with Lazard as your 5 and Gibson as your 6. It's pretty fine, right? Rivka liked him versus Bowers regarding value. Okay. Let's see YouTube. Now I'm gonna have to figure out how to spell that consistently. Let's watch some highlights. Sick edits. Denzel Mims is still bitching about salmon, Marvin Guns. Corley's a gadget guy, extension of the run game kind of thing. Will not be running a lot of routes. Yeah, no, that's what it seems like. So he seems like more, again, a gadget guy. So can he play 65% of the reps, or is he going to be more of a specialty guy? Which maybe then it does urge, or it does maybe push the Jets to maybe trade up for another receiver. You know, again, if you package all of your fourths right now, you can get up into about the 80s. And then you'd only have a 6th and a 7th left. But if you're telling me, hey, you get, if the draft ended up being, Fashanu, Corley, trade up all your fourths to get up back into the 3rd round, Troy Franklin, and then your 6th and 7th round picks are, I don't know, a safety and a running back, or a running back and a quarterback or something like that, I'm fine with it, dude. I am. Like, I don't think we need another, 1, 2, 3, 5 picks, 7 picks. That's a lot for this roster. I think it is. This usually means we're done as soon as Sal and JD talk. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Just watch highs of Corley. I don't know half of what Joe knows, but he's very hard to tackle. Let's bring back Corey. Yes, Blake. That's a real answer. Corey Davis, Boyd are I think what's best case scenario for the Jets right now. But I would not be mad at them getting Wilson or Franklin type of deal either. Get Wilson and bring back Corey Davis again. I don't care. I don't care. Malik Washington was better pick in my opinion. He doesn't drop the ball, and to me that put him above Corley. Okay, fine, fair. I don't know enough to debate this or say anything. Really. I hope, Corley's average depth. Yeah, he's a specialty guy. He's a Devo. Do you know that Bowers, the people everybody who wanted him, about 50% of his catches were behind the line of scrimmage. So yeah, he was schemed open just like Corley was. So if Corley can be the same player that Bowers is in terms of yak, then Wilson, Williams, Corey Davis, Corley, Lazard, Gibson, Brownlee. We'd probably leave out Brownlee, but yeah, and I'd probably leave out Gibson and Lazard. But not, you know what I'm saying. Hot take, how we take a linebacker next. I am more happy with Sherwood as depth than I am with Izzy as running back 2 or with Ashton Davis as a safety 3. Can we trade Lazard for a 2026 7th rounder? Worth it? Yeah, for sure. Get rid of the contract. I would love it. Let's watch some Corley highlights.
I feel like he's in a video game when he touches it.
Literally, it's on a different speed level. Very
Nope.
You want to pull up on me, and I'm gonna do me something. Since I was staying I say I grew up staying. They ain't the left, but ain't you would think I'm stunning. I put it on my mama. I said I stay up in something, now I would stay with them. I know them slang something,
All right. Big acceleration. I don't think he's a good guy. 4.45.
I was first with them cows. I had some beef with some stove, but they popped. I made seas through the city, and I said with them dollars, and I was the first to drop. I went crazy with that, and I was up with 10. Well, the same code, that's my partner. He broke the code, and I stepped in this. He was beside me. I was mad at my boy, but I'm gone, you can't stop me. He got me hooked on that boy. We both was going through some problems. You know I'm with you, young boy. I kill it first, mom.
Number 11. Oh, yeah.
Kiss again.
I feel like you can't take that. I don't know. I love it.
She had an attitude, me. I'ma get that. I stabbed it to it bleed in a no 3-8 train.
I love them. I love the sideline. There's absolutely no need for them to be affected for the middle to be down there at all. There's no need to be dying.
Grayson every day to tell me a rap boy, he ain't safe. They patch him up and even stitch him from that hole with the heat. Spoke on that, I gotta get his roll out on it. Here ain't no that I need Visine. I big train she on some room. And she can't love me because I'm too slime. However, them digs be, you know right what I'm saying. I'ma get him buffed up. Don't tell me nothing. I'ma get your head
in the third round and
they gon' lay his head on a pillow if we creep up on him. Baby, I'm too young on him. With this money, tell him do me something. I got that second on your head, I'll put it on it.
Alright, there's a deep win. There's a deep win.
My diamonds are frozen. My wife, yeah, she love me. My ex ain't want none of them ain't roll me. I was locked away like they couldn't keep praying night for my soul.
I'm about halfway. About halfway. I'll pause. I'll resume that in a second. Yeah, I muted it. I muted it, right? You guys can hear it. You guys can hear that, right? I can't hear that. Can't. You guys can't hear me? Can you guys hear me now? Can you hear me now? Why couldn't you hear? Okay, my bad. So I couldn't hear. I couldn't hear that music that you guys are hearing there. That video was completely silent to me. So my apologies. I was talking. Okay, yeah, you guys can hear me now. My bad. I don't know why you guys can hear that and I couldn't. That doesn't make sense. My fault, fellas. I was just saying some good stuff about him. Contact balance, obviously, acceleration, pretty quick, obviously. Tough. When you play the music like that, it's too loud. Yeah, I didn't know I was even doing that. Giants. So I can go like this, and I'll go to mute it then. My fault. We're going to watch actual film in a second anyway. I hate the Giants. I hate the Giants. All right. Hopefully you guys. I don't think you guys can hear the music now. I want to break it up though, just in case. Oh, that was a terrible highlight in terms of like you couldn't see shit. He's a tough runner for sure. He's gonna be exciting to watch. I think this is all like 2022 stuff from him though. Oh, so clearly held there. Jesus. Okay. All right, a little diving action. I was saying, I was like, we're watching Brock Bowers highlights right now too, right? It's crazy that we got Brock Bowers in the third round. I never expected Brock Bowers to fall into the third round, but we got him. Look at Brock Bowers go right here. Wow, good job, Brock. I get it. I am a Bowers boy right now. I'm thrilled we got him. Here he is. He's shifty, man. He's not like overly like explosive. Like he's like shifty in short areas. Like he's definitely not like long speed, like anything crazy there. But in terms of like just stopping on a dime, and changing directions, accelerating, running tough, like he's got some juice to him for sure. Guard, Cardinals pick. Okay. Yeah, wow. What a highlight right there. Okay. Does he catch action? Yeah, I think this is all 2022 stuff because this was put up how many months ago? 10 months ago. I'm assuming this is not from this season, so maybe we'll watch like this season too. Unless the film gets to me, which then I'll just go right to that. The only problem with film, I never really like broke down film like actively watching it instead of like doing the clips, but we'll see how that goes. It's not going to be a thing where I'm like talking about every single play because I'm just watching for what I watch for. Okay, this is all going to be stupid shit after. Stop sharing. Okay, let's see. Take two. All good. Yeah, thanks, guys. I got off his tackle and receiver. JD can do whatever he wants for the rest of the draft. I think the biggest needs in the Jets roster right now, like it looks like he's a solid receiver 3. I still think the Jets would need receiver 4, in my opinion. I do. So I would like another receiver. I wouldn't say it's like a huge need now because you got a guy in the third round who you're hoping, is going to be like a little like gadget guy, yak guy for you. So, but I would still say receiver is probably the number one need. Receiver 4, guard. You need a backup guard, hopefully McGovern. You need a backup safety. You need a backup running back, in my opinion. So those are the 4. We have 5 picks left. You could get McGovern through free agency, okay? So that takes away one of your needs. I'm okay with trading up for another receiver. I really am. Or again, you're saying Corey Davis getting Boyd, something like that. But I don't think I'm still not done with receiver. Hey, Blewett, you should take a look at Smith's evaluation of Corley. It's kind of interesting. It's better than those done. Yeah, of course, Tom. Like I'm going to do my own full-blown review. I'm sure. Well, unless you're new here, you know that. But let's see. 10 minutes. Okay, that was 12 minutes ago. Let me check my Google Drive and see if that's in here. Google Drive. He said 10 minutes. It's been 12. If it's not in here, he's just a liar. '24 draft film. I'm looking for Western Kentucky. It's not in here yet. Nothing I see. No, I don't see it. Okay, still waiting. Still waiting. We'll go back. All right. Can't stand Giants fan. Yeah, I do not like Giants fans. Apparently, he's a former running back. Yet seems to line up there based on how he's just running the ball. With the new kick rule returns, I'm liking the Corley pick. That's a good point, Russell, because you want that guy who is more like the punt returner now. You want the guy who is quick and shifty over the guy with like long strides, who's like top end speed fast. Like Cromartie would be terrible with the new kickoff rules. You want a guy again who's shiftier because there's gonna be quicker contact. So it's not about building up to max speed. It's more about accelerating to 15 miles per hour, getting through a couple of holes and then exploding for long speed. So a little bit of a different ask now of receivers. Let's see. Should we go to just bombs? No, let's go to the next guy. Let's go to the next guy with 138 views 14 minutes ago who just created the. That's going to be all old stuff, right? Well, we'll do just bombs because I know that this is all going to be most likely this year. Okay, you guys shouldn't be able to hear the sound, right? It's muted. Just Bomb Productions. There you go. Promoting his stuff. Go follow him. I'm not stealing anything. YouTube. This is all his stuff. Go follow him on Twitter. Make sure you do that, okay? Thank you. 5'11", 215. I haven't seen any scouting reports. Nothing. I have no idea about this guy. Yeesh. Yeah, if the Jets trade back up for another receiver, that'd just be wild. Corey Davis agrees to come back. Corey Davis, Corley, Lazard, Gibson. That's something to write home about. That's the top half of the league group. Might even be now, realistically, with Garrett Wilson and Mike Williams. It's just how raw is Corley. What was he asked to do? What was his route tree? Seemingly not a lot, but yeah, his leg drive is ridiculous. He never stopped moving those feet. Okay. That was a good extension. Over the shoulder. I like that one. Right? Oh, yeah. Look it in. Okay. Ooh, hold on. We got a shuffle release? Is that a shuffle release? Damn it. Yeah, a little shuffle release. All right. Linebacker. Everybody's voice is still there. Franklin's still there, fellas. We can trade up to mid-80s if you want with those fourth-round picks. Oh, yeah. It's a straight drag. All right. Hold on. Let me message my guy real quick. It's a good point to pause it too. Cool. I'm happy to get a receiver though, right? Because you never know with the draft. It could have been a thing where, hey, we just grabbed a freaking defensive tackle there. I'm like, what the hell, Ooh, a stutter go with a spin incorporated into it. All right. I'm sure that's just Western Kentucky's playbook. I'm sure that's not a thing that he just does by himself. But damn. Okay, so he has some ability vertically. It's not like he has no ability vertically. Not the best catching technique there, but if you cradle it and you're in trap, it's okay. If you're wide open, you cradle it, so it's fine. Easy. Cowboys pick. No receivers. Just because, yes. Okay, he can do contested a little bit too. Cooper Beebe. Okay, I've heard about him. Guard. I think some people liked him. Legitimately liked him. Yeah, okay. He has some ability as a receiver. It's not just Yak. He's had quite a few contested catches here. High pointing, all right. Smoke screen, easy money. 10 times out of 10. Shield screen, tunnel screen. He tried to step on that guy so hard he took himself off balance. Vertical. Was that an out and up? I don't know what that was. Burned him though. All right. So, okay. Cool. Let's see if I have anything in my draft film yet. No. All right. It should be fun to watch. Okay, I'll catch you back up in the chat. Or there is. Yeah, let's see. Dalton says, how do you feel about bringing back Al Woods to shore up the defensive line? I don't think, one, you already brought in Fotu, so I don't think you're going to bring in 2 run-stuffing defensive tackles. And he got injured late last year, and he was already talking about retirement, prior to last year with the Jets. So you have a guy who's talking about injury even prior to coming to the Jets, and then he injured himself late in the year, and he's 340 pounds. He's probably just retired. Falcons, pick 74. No receivers. Man, I'm telling you, if this Franklin guy or Wilson falls, and it doesn't have to be this year's, all the fourths this year. You could trade a fourth this year and like a third next year or something like that, or a third next year and like a sixth this year or something. If you really want to get one of these guys, again, to me, just having Corley added to the group it doesn't solve the entire issue. It solves part of the issue. I know I'm being a little bit like I don't know, silver spoonish right now, but I would like another guy. Like, do not stop adding at receiver. It's the same thing as offensive line. You have a situation where Mike Williams is injured at this point. You don't know how he's going to come back. Let's say if Mike Williams is out for a game or two, and I get that you can't have great depth at every position, but especially on offense, where we have Aaron Rodgers and you want to take advantage of him. If Mike Williams is out for the first 3 games and your receiver group is Garrett Wilson, Corley, and Lazard, I'm so down with trading up for a Franklin or something like that. Or you just keep all your 4th round picks, add a running back, add a guard, add a safety, add a quarterback. I'm okay with that too. And then going to free agency and getting a Corey Davis or a Boyd. I really do want to stack up that receiver group though. Who's a better yak guy? Corley or Bowers? I'm not going to give it to Corley over Bowers, but I haven't watched enough. Bowers is nasty though. They're different, They're different. Rich says, came here to get your opinion. You've been spot on for players you evaluated. Great work as usual. I appreciate you, Rich. We had a few hits this year too, right? I would say the biggest hit was Latham. Going as high as he did. Obviously, the receivers went in the order we expected them to. There's nothing secretive about that. Definitely didn't want Fuaga or Furtado at 10, and they went, accordingly. It was like 13 and not 13. Was it 13? 13 or 14 for the Saints for Fuaga, and then Furtado went 20 to the Steelers. Apparently, he had some like medical stuff with his knees, so maybe that was part of it. But I didn't want either one of those guys at 10 or 11. I would have been disappointed. Fashanu or Bowers at 11, that slight trade down, I would have been okay with. I would have been completely okay with Bowers. It's just I'm happy we avoid all the fighting. And then you have a guy who's 21 years old with plenty of athletic upside who's now learning from 2 of the better tackles, or specifically one of the better tackles in the NFL. Corley is a savage blocker too. That's good, obviously, considering the offense the Jets run. He'll be involved. Cooper Beebe is considered a mauler with that nastiness. Be like a lineman. Okay, yeah. With Corley and Brees, we have a very similar situation to the Niners. Corley would play that Debo. Yeah, that's what you're assuming, right? Debo roll, a lot of drags, a lot of stuff into the flat really quickly to get yak, some overs, obviously screens, tunnel screens, shield screens, smoke screens, regular screens, end arounds, jet sweeps, all that stuff. Yeah, I'm assuming. Joe Ferraro says, I can't believe the Chargers didn't go Latham. That would have really put the cherry on top there for me personally. But I still think Latham OT2 is good for the brand, for people who buy stock in the brand. Latham 2 is definitely good for my brand. Which doesn't even matter about that, but it's kind of nice to be like, hey, okay, maybe he wasn't so wrong. I don't want people to agree with me, but people out there saying I'm an asshole for having him not OT6, I think it was crazy. I want to sign Corey Davis. Yeah, Rich, I'm with you. But would you rather have Corey Davis or Boyd? I'd rather have Boyd over Davis. But I would say Boyd, option 1, Davis, option 2, receiver in the 3rd round right here, or the 4th round, like a trade, or like a 3rd round with a trade up, like let's say a Franklin or Wilson's probably 3. I guess if OBJ was signed, I think it's option 4 or 5. I don't want him because of all I don't like it. I think he's more named than he is player at this point, and you don't want all the things he brings to the locker room. But I wouldn't be mad if OBJ is your receiver 4, right? Like he was still decent with the Ravens last year. So can't believe it only took a fifth. We got up from the Vikings and move up. Yeah, it's based on the trade value chart. It was going to be that 4th round pick. So you keep all of your 4ths. You only traded a 5th to get up. That's wild, dude. That's a good trade. Yeah. Rich, as you even said maybe alt 1, but you wanted Latham 1 for our team. You were spot on, dude. Yeah, I appreciate that, man. I do. I was told he was a 2nd round guy. He's going to go late first, late teens. He's terrible. No way top 10. Okay. All right. Do you think that people at this point overrated him because of one play against Michigan? I do. I think it's blatantly obvious now at this point. I want Corey just so we can keep him and Williams on the outside and Garrett in the slot. But that's me. Would be happy with Boyd too, obviously. Oh, too like Davis for individually because of how he fits the offense. I get that. Because then Boyd's going to be, yeah, I know that makes sense, Rich. I might actually agree with you. Yeah, Roman Wilson still on the board. Walker, McMillan. Yeah, right. What was that trade? The trade value chart we could get up to with all the 4ths. I forgot. I've done this like 1,000 times already now today. 72 plus 43. We got 115. 155. 155 equals Dallas's pick at 87. So if you want to trade back up to get a freaking receiver, if you really like Franklin, I'm so down for it. Again, I am quality versus quantity at this point. I don't think that 6 more guys or 5 more guys are making this roster. You have 3/4, a 5th, a 6th, and a 7th, right? No. Sorry, 3/4, a 6th, and a 7th. Do we have 5 more roster spots? Bears pick. Tackle out of Yale. Okay. All right. Let's see here. Corley. Going through a bunch of my stuff. Overrated for one play. Unbelievable. It's 1,000% true, Joe. It is though. It just shows you the again shyness of evaluations. It is. There's every single person on Twitter who was talking shit about him, or not every single person. The number one argument was the Michigan game, which I completely dispelled on Twitter and then put it up there for people to watch. Like, hey, it's actually a really good game, -1 play. And that one play was actually overrated in terms of how bad it was. It's actually a really tough spot for Latham there. And then you heard that he was Becton because of his size. He's 30 pounds less than Becton, and he's a completely different player than Becton. So it just never made sense. Joe, guys that tell you Latham is OT 6 or 7 do not watch tapes like you do. There's people who had him at 6 or 7 who a lot of people respect. So just, and I'm not saying that you can't disagree, but those same people who had him 6 or 7 had Evan Neal as 1. So some of those people, I'm really starting to build like a distrust for their opinions. I'm not going to say who. You guys can figure that shit out for who you want. Like if you watch those guys and you recognize like, oh shit, that guy did have Evan Neal 1 and Latham has tackle 6 or 7. I don't know. So I came in late. What's your very initial quick opinion on this receiver we just took? Let me Broncos real quick. Rich, I would have liked like an all around guy, but with that being said, like is it better to get a guy jack of all trades or a guy who's really elite in one category? Like if he is truly going to be, and obviously this is a reach, but if he's going to truly be like a Deebo Samuel type player in terms of just the yak, then I'm okay with just getting a specialty guy. If his specialty is that good, then okay. So yeah, like with no knowledge about these players, would I have rather maybe a Wilson or a Franklin? Maybe, but like I also had problems that you hear Wilson's just a slot guy, and you have Garrett Wilson who's a slot guy. Franklin is 6'2", 175 pounds. That's pretty late in today's NFL. So to get a guy who can fill a very niche role for yak on your offense, I'm okay with it. But I don't really know about the guy, so I don't want to speak too much about it. But I wanted a receiver. They got a receiver that a lot of people are talking about, so I'm okay with it. I don't think they'll cover breaks down. I don't think so. I'm actually waiting for my. I'm waiting to get my West. What school is he from? Western Michigan, Western something, Western Kentucky something. I'm waiting for my film. Let's see. Okay, round 1, Western Kentucky, yeah. Yeah, I'm excited. Like, this is the exciting part for me. Like, I obviously like trimming and stuff now, but like when I get to actually get into this film and start like watching and building an opinion of them, that's like this is like my favorite part of it. Like getting into evaluations pretty fresh, minus Just Bomb production highlight video and hearing how he's good at yak, you know? Okay. And now I won't be watching Fashanu for probably another month because now I watch all of Corley, then I watch the next guy they get, and the next guy they get, and the next guy they get. But yeah, let's keep trading up. Let's keep trading up. Excited for you to break down his film and the rest of the guys who draft. That's when we all know what we actually. Yeah, Rich. I'm not saying like that. I'm not saying that. I'm not putting other words in other people's mouths, but that's the most exciting part because the names and stuff sound nice. I can go and watch this guy and be like, hey guys, like, I really like him as a vertical guy. I really like him as a contested guy. Richard did seem to me like in his highlight video, he has a little bit more to his game in terms of contested catches and deep ability. So that's good. I can come back and hate him. You know, I can come back and like him. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. So that's the exciting part for me is to like really dive in. I typically have a pretty good idea of what I'm gonna think at the end, like 4 or 5 games in. So I'll know by the next time you guys hear from me what I think of Corley. At least, you know. Delmar Glaze. Franklin's still there. D tackle has to be next. Another receiver, running back. I would say running back, safety, quarterback is Rattler still there? Is Rattler still there? I wouldn't be mad at Rattler, dude. Honestly, maybe not trade up, but if Rattler's there in the 4th round, do you think they will double dip at receiver? I hope so, but if I had to guess, no, but I would hope so. Why do you think Corley fell to early 3rd? Because there's like an oversaturation of receivers now. There's a ton of good ones. And past that, I don't know. I haven't watched them. You know, do people want specialty guys? Steve Smith really likes the dude. Okay. Steve Smith with Lance Zierlein breaking down their top 10 wide receivers. He had him 9th out of receivers. Steve Smith loves him and said he's a sponge and willing to learn aside from talent. Good. Need that. Sorry to be that guy, but roughly when will you have the film out? I don't know, Rich. It kind of depends, right? Because like, so what I do, when I have a bunch of guys on my plate, like there's gonna be 7 guys on my plate, or let's just say like, I don't know, 5 or 6 after these next couple of picks. I'm not gonna watch Fashanu for a little bit because I know what he is for the most part, but I'll do a whole review of his 2022 season, so we get 2 reviews on Fashanu. And then like I'll watch 4 or 5 games of Corley, and then I'll watch 4 or 5 games of the next guy they draft, and then the next guy, so I can have like baseline solid opinions of them, and then I go back into finished. So however long it takes me to watch 4 games of Corley, 4 games of the next guy, the next guy, the next guy, the next guy, and then go all the way back into Corley's film, watch the rest of the games, and then do the review. And I think with Corley, I'm watching 22 and 23, so it'll be a decent amount of time. It'll be a couple of weeks. I would say maybe a week, maybe 2. I don't know. Combo of Olu Corley better than Rome tackle 12. Tackle number 12? Yeah. In terms of like the players, yes. Yeah, I agree. I would have personally taken Rome over Olu. He obviously wasn't there. It's not in the conversation we're having. He's a weapon, strong route runner. Reminds me of a more physical Neighbors, so there's that. Neighbors is he's like a near elite route runner. Like, I don't know. More physical Neighbors. You know, if he's a more physical Neighbors, then he would have been in the 1st round realistically to go. I'm not, trying to be whatever here, but Neighbors is pretty special. I would love that. Corey's a fucking. I'm glad you're excited about it. I hope he is. I hope he's better than Neighbors. Fuck it. Why not? He could be. What if he's the new Devo? You never know. Corley looks angry on every highlight play. Excited to see if he keeps that energy in your film review. Yeah. Does he block? How does he run his routes? How raw of a route runner is he? How does he track balls? How does he catch contested balls? How does he set up his yak? Is he a hot and cold guy? There's a bunch of questions I have, which I will figure out like very shortly. As soon as this freaking film comes. It was like 10 minutes, like 30 minutes ago. It takes a while to upload sometimes. So I get it, but let's see. Okay, now we wait. Yeah, now I'm just waiting for the film at this point. Trade value chart. Yeah, we can get back up. Like I said, we can get to pick, I think, 87 with all the 4th round picks about. With that being said, I said to trade up to where the Jets did trade up to. It seemed like it was going to be that last 4th round pick, and we traded a 5th round pick. So you never know. Maybe it takes 2 fourths to get up to here. Does it take 111 111 and 129 to get up to 90 potentially. Yeah, potentially. Let's see. Yeah. Now I'm just dying to get into it. We need film. I'm trying. I'm waiting. I am waiting. You'll get it soon enough. Follow me on Twitter, JoeRB31. I'm sure I'll be putting up plenty of stuff like tomorrow and the next couple of days on Corley and whoever else we draft. So, is it hard to find small schools film? I don't personally find it. You have to have connections. That just is what it is. Like college film is so hard to get unless you have connections to somebody who's inside of some building. And fortunately, I have one connection. If that dries up, I'm screwed. We'll see where I go from there. I'm sure we'll pivot to somebody. But I don't find it personally. It's from the other guy. So you have to ask him that, and I'm not telling you who it is because it's like a black market for college film. It really is. Who are we signing outside free agent wide receiver, Joe? Yeah, I'm hoping for like just bring back a couple ex-Jets, man. Bring back like I think where they will go right now, at least how this draft is unfolding. Texans are picking. I would say bring back McGovern. Bring in Gus. I think Gus Edwards signed maybe, but bring in yeah. So I would say McGovern, Corey Davis, and give me like a backup running back at a free agency. Draft a safety in the 4th round or something like that. But I think those are the spots you're looking at: interior offensive lineman, running back, receiver, safety. I could see another tight end. Yeboah as a 3 is not something to write home about. So I wonder if there's any solid interior offensive line depth. Like there could be, Rich, right? But like, why not? At this point, just bring back McGovern. Like, are any of these guys going to be better than McGovern for this year? Probably. Like, no, they're not going to be. Most likely, obviously, they could be. But if you had to bet, gun to your head, Rich, Connor McGovern starting at left guard for the Jets, or some guy in the 4th round right now, you're probably going to say McGovern, right? So I'm okay with just getting McGovern. Give me like a quarterback, running back, safety, receiver type deal right now. If Rattler falls, I'm completely okay. I would love for them to take him in the 4th round. So I think he actually has starter upside at the end of the day. So if you can get him right now and you sit him behind Rodgers for 2-3 years, that's a pretty good team building plan. Like I would be okay with Rattler here. The issue with Corley is that he was used in such a specific role. Yes, but the same thing. You could say the same thing about Bowers, right? Bowers got about 50% of his passes behind the line of scrimmage, so he was used in a specific role. So there are massive questions about him. That's exactly why I didn't want him at 10. Different when you draft a guy in the 3rd round. Colts pick. Let's see. I might drop off somewhat soon. Just 1, so I can get into the film, and 2, I've been on for like 3 hours now, and my wife's gonna be like, "Oh, what are you doing here?" I don't know how everything's going upstairs with the kid. And then consider that I'm gonna be watching the draft tomorrow from 12 to 8 as well. So, everyone drop a like and again for the people that watch later. Yeah, I appreciate it, Rich. Let's see. We got all right. Yeah, I'm waiting for the film. If I can get it, let me just. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna text the wife and see if everything's good upstairs. If it's not, I have the real time marriage stuff. My buddy just texted me. I need you in the lab for the Yak God. We'll see. I'm excited. I fucking love watching new film. Like, legitimately very much excites me. What I like about their picks is it sets up QB in 2 years between Olu, Wilson, Corley, Tippmann, ABT. Yeah, build the core. Corley reminds me of a much more physical Neighbors. Us. Yeah, for this year, I would take McGovern for sure. Who would you want other than quarterback potentially? No, Rich, like right now, there's receivers still on the board. Like Wilson and Franklin I heard about as 2nd, 3rd round picks for the Jets consistently. So if you can get them now, I would like that. One of the running backs, like there are some running backs who are available who I've seen people talk about right now. Let's see, who are the running backs available? Running backs, you have Blake Corum, Michigan. Braylon Allen, I heard people like a lot. Marshawn Lloyd, I heard about a little bit. Yeah, I don't. Let's see. Who are the safeties available? Jaden Hicks, heard that name. Burton. Jermaine Burton, wide receiver, instead of Franklin. There's always receivers who we think are going to go in the second, third round that drop into the sixth. And your team come up and, no doubt this pick is going to be Franklin. And it's not. No doubt the next pick is going to be Wilson. Then it's not. And they go the fifth round. You're like, why? What happened? That happens frequently. So, but yeah, Rich, I would say receiver still. That's my number one want for the Jets still. Does it get me another one? Receiver, running back, safety, backup quarterback, or developmental quarterback. I would like to, especially Rattler right now. That'd be pretty cool. Joe, cheer up! I'm not down. I'm just not comparing Corley to saying he's a better version of a guy who was drafted sixth. I'm talking about a more physical Neighbors. That he's better than Neighbors, right? They just posted Saleh and Douglas texting this morning. Saleh sent a pic of Corley to Douglas and wrote, "No matter what." Douglas replied, "No matter what." Right? No fucking way. Did that really happen, Blake? They really said that they wanted Corley no matter what, and they got him. That's really cool. That's really cool. That's true. Sorry, I'm late, boys. Hyped about the pick. Yeah, I'm excited. Again, we wanted tackle receiver in some combination, 1 and 2. We got tackle receiver, and you traded up for a receiver who a lot of people liked, and you only had to give up a 5th round pick. Want to know what's funny about that? Watch. So I'm actually decent friends with Scott. I'll scroll past our messages prior to this, just because I don't want to keep any of that shit. I don't know if you can. It says Scott, but it says he says I think I scared the shit out of the security guard at work. LOL. I was screaming like a maniac. So yes, confirmed that Scott Mason is happy because he texted me. Need a running back too, no doubt. Yeah, for sure, Dakota. It honestly might be the biggest. Well, depending on how you value it, but in terms of in a vacuum, right now, running back 2 is the biggest need on the team. Running back 2 is probably the biggest need because that guy's legitimately going to see, 20-25% of the reps. I think receiver 4 probably after that, and then again we're talking about depth, guard, depth at other positions. So he's on the way soon. Yeah, running back 2. Check X and you'll see their text exchange. Check X. Who put it? Can you just tell me who put that out there? New York Jets or whatever. Oh yeah, here it is. No way. That is so cool, dude. Thank you for telling me that. I was gonna see it anyway, nonetheless, but that's awesome to know. That deserves a retweet. That is really cool. Really, really cool. I like that. I mentioned earlier that Corley's a savage blocker. Joe Milton already went, Charles. The corner from Rutgers, right? That you're talking about, or is that something else? Milton's the corner, right? Or am I wrong? Is that the quarterback? Oh, that is a quarterback. Isn't there a Melton then? Who's that D back from Rutgers that just went? Joe Milton. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I just saw he's a quarterback. Did I get the film yet? No. Damn. Okay. Max Milton. Yes. Thank you. Sorry. Max Milton is a Rutgers DB. Max Milton, and then we have another Milton. I don't know the draft well enough to be talking like that. Multiple Miltons. Did Johnny Wilson get drafted yet? No idea. Let's see. Is there any D tackles? Actually, a lot of them went, right? So probably not. Guards. Is there any guards I reckon? I've heard of Christian Haynes. Past that, nope, nothing. But I've heard of Christian Haynes. There's him. Receiver, though. We still have McMillan. You still have Franklin. You still have Rice. You still have Wilson. You still have Walker. You still have Washington. They might be able to wait until just tomorrow and grab another one of these guys we're talking about, right? You guys were talking about Walker, Washington, Wilson, Rice, Franklin at 72. They might be able to get it at 100. If they can double up, oh, come on, man. That's what I'm rooting for. And then the running backs, there's a few. Blake Corum, just in terms of like the fit, stockier, smaller guy. I like that. Jalen Wright, Brandon Allen. I've heard, Estime. I've heard a lot of these guys that people like. So I am of the mindset draft a running back every year. Like they hit so often in later rounds, just keep hitting it. Okay. Let's go get Rattler. Yeah, and see that would be a hell of a pick right now, right? Get Rattler. I'm 100% with that. Why not take Jordan Travis instead of Rattler? From my opinion, it seems like Jordan Travis is a little bit limited in terms of like his arm at the NFL level, where it seems like Rattler, everything I've seen, he has an NFL arm. Like he has NFL athleticism, where I think he can actually be a starter. Where Jordan Travis, it seems like he would have to be like elite mentally to be a starter because he's limited athletically. That's at least what I've heard. So I'd rather take the guy who's with the higher upside in Rattler. Anything get Lazard off the field. Lazard in shambles. Trade, get another one, dude. Get Corey Davis back. Get Corey Davis back and give someone your 7th round pick to take Lazard. Just give away Lazard. Give him for free. If you can get somebody to take some of his salary, if I can give away Lazard's, he's making like $11 million, clear 5 of that, 6 of that, 7 of that, let's just say 6 of that, then give that $6 million to Corey Davis. I couldn't care less about Lazard in this team right now. All right, I'm Nacho. We appreciate what you do for the fan base, Kate. I can't wait to see what we actually have when you break all these guys down. Yeah, I hate talking about guys with like shallow opinion. Oh, Christian Hayes went. We were just talking about him, right? But really watching is that's the best part for me of all these guys, of the games. All of it is actually watching it and figuring out my opinion of them, because I don't have an opinion, not a real one. Charles said JD David mentioned Lazard when he was listing his receiver room. Really? He was benched, dude. He was benched multiple games, making $11 million last year. So, yeah. Let me check this one more time. I still do not have the film in my thing yet. Waiting for that Western Kentucky film. Just not coming. But it will come tonight. Just don't know when. Cardinals. How many picks? Oh, there's only like 18 picks left in this round, right? Tip Ryman, tight end. I think I do want to just finish this out, but I might get not a world of shit, but I might get some shit if I do finish this out. I think I said 10. It always happens. I'm always later than I say I'm going to be, though, in the presser. Yeah. Someone send Lazard I will not even. What's a TAC? What is it? From a diner, and then on the bag, right? Best of luck in your future. What's a TAC? What is it, Murdoch? I've never heard of a TEC. I've heard of a PEC. I know what a PEC is. I don't know what a TEC is. Is that like a turkey, egg and cheese? A tilapia, egg and cheese? A tilapia, egg and cheese? Yeah, that's offensive. Like if you send him a tilapia, egg and cheese, what's Taylor egg? What's Taylor egg? What's Taylor ham? I don't know what Taylor ham is. What is it? I know what pork roll is. I don't know what Taylor ham is, though. Taylor egg and cheese. The fuck's Taylor? They had to legally change it to pork roll because like it wasn't enough ham or whatever it was. It's pork roll. The brand is Taylor. The actual product is pork roll. And I get people don't say, oh, cotton swabs for Q-tips. I get that. But there are more brands of pork roll than Taylor ham. Like I don't get Taylor ham when I get pork roll. Like I'll get like boar's head or like other versions of pork roll. So I'm a pork roll guy. I'm a pork roll guy over Taylor ham. And don't say I'm from South Jersey, because I'm from Central. And also, if you don't think Central Jersey is a thing, you're not from Jersey, or I just don't like you. I just don't like you. Because North Jersey is basically New York. South Jersey is basically Philly. Central Jersey is actual Jersey, in my opinion. Just put it out there. Because when you're in Jersey City, you might as well fucking be in New York. When you're in Cherry Hill, you might as well just be an Eagles fan and be in Philly. Central Jersey, Monmouth County, all of that by the shore, like that's Jersey to me. That's where I'm at. Like we're so different than South and North that you cannot lump me in with either North or South Jersey. Blake Corum, Michigan, okay, one of our guys we were just talking about. Oh, for fuck's sake! Again, I'm sorry. Don't get mad at me, Murdog. Don't get mad at me. I don't know what Taylor ham is. I'm sorry. I'm not as cultured as you. Boar's head, yes. See, boar's head. But if you wanted boar's head pork roll, do you say boar's head Taylor ham? Because that doesn't make fucking sense. You say boar's head pork roll. Radler, yeah, dude, Radler. Like if he falls, I'm willing to pick him for sure in the fourth. I don't think he's gonna be there. He has to be going soon. Has to be. Which is so, by the way, what you know what's really confusing about StreamYard, and I've heard other people talking about this, but like right now it says on YouTube I have like 101 people in here, which seems like the actual number is 101 people. That's normal, anywhere from like 100 to 200. I've had 300 people in here before, but on StreamYard it says 1,500 people, and like the other day it says 2,000. There's not 1,500 people in here right now, right? It's just a glitch. Has to be just a glitch. There's no way there's 1,500 people in here. I think it's 100, and I appreciate you 100, but I think it basically like times it by 10 and more. So for some reason, I'm back. Missed 90 minutes. Who did we redraft? Corley, Kev Chada, the Debo Samuel light from Western Kentucky. We traded up from 72 to like 64. Only gave up a 5th round pick and got Corley. So we still have all 3/4, and we traded up. Dude, if we can somehow get Radler, Packager early, I am, and I was going to say this before, I kind of hesitated because I don't, I am for whatever reason, but if you can trade like 2/4 right now to get Radler, I'm completely fine with that. Get Radler right now, get another receiver in the 4th, and then your 6th and 7th round picks are running back, safety, fine. Does having Corley now mean that Garrett Wilson won't play in the slot much and is it? No. I don't think just because of Corley. Like you can run yak routes and stuff from the outside as well. Smoke screens, tunnel screens, shield screens are all actually out from the outside anyway. You're going to see more screens to outside receivers than you are to slots. Now if he's like, okay, drag routes, things like that, overs, yeah, he'd beat his slot. But in terms of the actual like screens, it's fine. You can play the Z. On the one Jets drive video, they showed Mike Williams getting it on the order ticket. It displayed, yeah, but they're from freaking New York. Those people who must have made it, Morris County, all that stuff. They're New Yorkers. So yeah, New Yorkers, because they don't know what pork roll is, they call it Taylor ham because they can't comprehend what pork roll is. They've heard of ham, so they call it Taylor ham. Playing outside, really nothing. Yeah, no, not bad at all. I'm from NYC, so we just get a bacon, egg, and cheese on a roll. So I had no dog in the Taylor ham versus pork roll argument. Both names suck, but the Taylor ham is the brand argument, is a solid one. In terms of like you're on my side, Roman Wilson went to the Steelers, so it's one of our guys. It's Taylor. It was initially called Taylor ham, and then they had to change it to Taylor pork roll because it did not meet the standard for ham. I believe it's a story. So they were legally forced to change the name to Taylor pork roll. And then other brands also have pork roll. So you have Boar's Head, you have some other brands that make pork roll. They're actually better than Taylor. So it's not like Taylor dominates the pork roll brand like Q-Tips does for cotton swabs or like Band-Aids do for adhesive bandages. So like those arguments are correct if Taylor dominated the pork roll scene, but it does not. It does not dominate the pork roll scene. So if it was the only pork roll out there, then yeah, I'd call it Taylor ham. But it's not that. That's my argument. You've never had it, dude. Murdog, it's a hard tack waiting to happen, but you get a good pork roll, egg, and cheese with a hash brown. So I do pork roll, egg, and cheese hash brown on an everything bagel or even just on a sandwich, but I usually do the everything bagel. Oh God, it's so good. It is so good. So bad, but so good. I'm on your side, Joe. It's just a sandwich, but people in Jersey are willing to fight over the Taylor ham versus pork roll thing. That's legit too. People will get in arguments. I'm on your side. Yeah. Jersey Shore had that Taylor roll versus ham debate. It's a debate for the ages. Nobody's ever going to win it because there's no actual answer. But they were legally changed to pork roll because it wasn't ham. So I'm not calling it. I'll call it Taylor pork roll before I call it Taylor ham because it's not Taylor ham. Legally, it's not Taylor ham. And again, I'll get Boar's Head over Taylor ham. So that's why I will not just say, oh, it's Taylor ham. Right? I don't know. What other debates can we said? The weird thing I do about pork roll, though, for the people from Jersey, I actually put mustard on my pork roll, which people will say is weird. You say it's weird, but then you also don't acknowledge that people put mustard on ham. Personally, I'm a bacon or sausage, egg, and cheese guy. Sausage, egg, and cheese is fine. But if you've never had a Taylor or Taylor ham or a pork roll sandwich, you can't say that. My problem with bacon is I hate when I get bacon and it's like super, super like chewy. My bacon, like if you can't take a piece of bacon and crunch it in between your fingers, just like crack it right in half, it's not good bacon to me. You have to be able to crack your bacon in half. Crunchy bacon's the best bacon. To be honest, though, I've gone to a deli and just said ham, egg, and cheese because I swapped the word bacon for ham because I was in the mood for it, and that's what I say. Never said pork roll in my life. If you're from North Jersey, you're not going to hear pork roll. North Jersey's all North Jersey, aka New York, is Taylor ham. So if you're from New York, yeah, call it Taylor ham. I'm fine with that. But if you're from actual Jersey, it's pork roll. I don't think I've ever had pork roll unless it's literally a ham, egg, and cheese on a roll. No, it's not. It's not just ham. How about Zach Zinter, offensive guard to play center with one of the fourths? I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Now I'm not going to act like I know this guy specifically, but if you get your depth guard here instead of McGovern, I probably prefer McGovern. But who's to say you can't get him and McGovern? So at this point right now, you have 3 interior offensive. You're gonna have probably 5 tackles. You have 3 interior offensive linemen starting. You have Schweitzer, McGovern. Yeah, you're probably not going to bring in McGovern and a guy, but I'll be okay with it. I'm not going to cry if McGovern's not back. But again, gun to my head, who's better for one rep? It's McGovern over Zach Zinter. Mercer County. Yeah, I'm in Monmouth County, Dave or Dan. If it's not ham, then that's dumb. Pork roll wins. It's not ham. Well, it technically is. It's pork. Like it's from a pig, but it's not ham legally. Legally, they cannot call it ham. It's like how KFC can't say it's Kentucky Fried Chicken because it doesn't meet the standard for chicken, so they had to change it to KFC. Kind of the same thing. Different, maybe a little bit. Which, by the way, I don't eat like shit like often. If I do eat like shit, it's like bougie shit. You know what I'm saying? Like it's good shit food, like good quality but bad for you. Where I forget what it was, but like it had to be like a year or two ago. Me and my wife were like, we haven't had KFC in like forever. Let's order it. We ordered it. Not even kidding. I probably took 4 bites and threw it in the trash. It is so bad. Like there is good bad food. Again, like I'll I haven't had Taco Bell in forever. But like I'll get a freaking burrito from Taco Bell. Something like that. But KFC is like it just tastes like straight oil. It's so disgusting. Don't we need more than Schweitzer inside as a backup? Yeah, no, for sure, dude. Jets out loud. I want McGovern back. Give me McGovern back. That's exactly what I want for interior. Pick is in. Last time Judy had 3-4, so it was for MC, Morgan, and OT. Browns. There's Zach Zinter. There's who just asked about him? Who was that? Somebody asked about him. Oh, Jets out loud. He's gone. Sorry. Bad news. We need to draft another cornerback and middle linebacker, CJ. So I am okay with a cornerback. I'm okay with both, right? Like I'm not going to lose my mind about any 4th round pick right now, Co. But they Sherwood played pretty well last year in reserve. So I'm much more confident with linebacker depth than I am with cornerback depth at this point. So Zinter. Then legally, can you arrest anyone who falsely advertises? Yeah, I have. I've arrested like 45 people who call it Taylor ham. Actually, no lie. Look it up. Who's signing Mackay? I don't know. Hopefully not the Jets. I don't want him back. I love the Habs Zinter. Yeah, he was gone. Faisal Ortiz. I compare it to Aunt Jemima syrup, even though it changed its name to whatever it is now. It's still called Aunt Jemima syrup, and it'll never change. How are you relating that to pork? Oh, okay. Yeah, but there's different syrups though. Like there's plenty of other syrups. I don't refer to every syrup as Aunt Jemima now because now if you use the Aunt Jemima brand, but they changed it because they got canceled. Then yeah, I get that. But what happens if you use a different syrup then? You're not going to call it Aunt Jemima when it's not Aunt Jemima, when it's somebody else. When it's Uncle Jim syrup, you're not going to call Uncle Jim syrup Aunt Jemima. That's more discussion. You got to check out James Williams of Miami. No, Joe, I'm not doing it. No, how about that? I don't want to check him out, Joe. Damn it. Would you take Mackay if he came back for the vet? Yeah, yes, technically, but I don't. I'd rather not. Like, I wouldn't be mad at it. More indifferent, but I don't. I'd rather just wipe him clean. I don't want to have to deal with his Twitter. Maybe some of his immaturity. Maybe some of his immaturity got him not signed right now because he's immature on Twitter. Sorry. By the way, there's another receiver that we haven't mentioned, Malik Washington. No, I said that, dude. Malik, people, and like Murdo, I don't know if it's you who mentioned it before, but people have been mentioning the names still that I've heard from like people who want guys: McMillan, Franklin, Rice, Walker, Washington. There's a good that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 receivers that people have been talking about. Can one of them fall to the Jets' next pick at where did the Jets pick next at? 111. Can one of those guys fall another 25 spots or whatever? Yeah, for sure. Is one of those 4 going to fall? Probably. I would say I would bet a decent amount of money that one of those 4 is still there when the Jets pick, and they probably don't end up taking them. It's just how it works. It's brand name loyalty. You can be loyal. You can be loyal and wrong, though. Pickers in for the Cowboys. Okay, I'm gonna end it. And I'm actually legitimately enjoying this. I kind of like just like shooting the shit and watching the draft. I just don't want to happy wife, happy life, and I have to watch a lot of film tomorrow already. So I am going to bounce out of here. I appreciate you everybody. If they trade up, I'll talk about it another day. But I appreciate it nonetheless. Let me just answer this. I assume Corley will be in the slot. Do you think they take another slot type? I don't think it's a thing where they can't take another slot type. I don't think Corley's going to be strictly in the slot. I think, again, drag routes, over routes, that stuff, that's where you want him. But if he's going to run shield screens, tunnel screens, smoke screens, then put him outside. You know, you don't have to have him in the slot to get him. When's your next stream? I think I'm popping on Jets Talk 24/7 tomorrow at some point. I'm popping on Jake Assman at some point tomorrow. And then past that, it's probably just going to be next Friday, Kev. Maybe I'll do like a quick hour one tomorrow, like a recap of the day 3 if you guys want that. So maybe I'll figure that out. Maybe like a quick recap on tomorrow. Maybe that's what I'll do. I'm undecided though. I appreciate you guys. Again, happy wife, happy life. I'm gonna get out of here. And here's the hoping that the Jets trade up right now for Franklin or something like that. But plenty of good guys on the board.